If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't think you're right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my feet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still on the stars with the show, and till then it's half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm a lie about a motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You never know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side fly. Just like a large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Hey, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Nah, morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Hello, Leroy.
What's up?
Hello, Froggy.
Hello.
It's good to see you today. How are you?
So healthy.
How is the leg?
Well, I don't even remember what you were talking about.
What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't even.
Oh,
Oh,
you know what the hell he talking about.
Right. No, totally fine. Totally fine.
Totally fine?
Yeah, the foot though. Something wrong on the inside. Something wrong on the inside.
Man.
Yeah, I promise you, and this is no lie, if you had gotten a boot, you'd be 1,000 times better today.
No,
But because
man.
you're stubborn and because you won't listen, you're going to limp around on that thing forever. I'm
Limpy
telling you.
frog.
away.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
so
Okay.
I
Okay.
need to, like,
Do it-
function on the lily pads.
You know what? That's the least of my issues now.
Do it your way.
So far, so good.
No, it's not.
I'm like 70%. That's impressive. I've beaten science because you guys had me out all summer.
We didn't have you out
No,
of anything.
I heard
we
you
didn't
guys
see
talking.
No, we didn't.
No,
Didn't
I
have
heard
you
you.
out of anything.
I didn't have you out, but I did say
Yeah.
you need proper healing, and
I
you're
promise.
not doing that.
No, that's proper. I'm wearing
Okay.
shoes.
Okay. Okay. Hey, do you?
Crazy bastard.
So healthy.
Now
Headlines
you know what's
brought
gonna
to you-
happen. You're gonna go to the doctor a month from now. He's gonna say something's really wrong, and you're not gonna tell nobody out of stubbornness.
Silly. You're a silly boy. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose for 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory of the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. And remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. Top hats and monocles for the Indiana Pacers, who gentlemanly dispose of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And it wasn't that close.
A 20-point lead has never meant less in the playoffs. This feels like every night somebody's blowing a 19, 20-point lead. It's never meant less, which is a little comforting, you know, considering that was like the Heat's calling card. I thought that was just our thing. Apparently it's Pat Riley said this. Pat Riley, I don't know how much confidence is infused in anybody, but Pat Riley just looks at everybody in the room at one point because he's just reflecting on the playoffs. He goes, "I think this league's been a little weird."
He did say
And I was like, "What? You're the Godfather. You're supposed to have answers."
no, but it's been
And he's
weird.
just like,
it has been.
"This league's been weird, huh?"
It has been. It really has.
Like, you think about all the basketball this man has witnessed over his life. And he watched a lot of bad basketball this year, but he's just watching the playoffs. He goes, another 20-point lead meant nothing.
I don't think, as long as we've been watching basketball, we've ever seen more teams in one stretch of a year give up bigger leads. I can't remember.
I can't debate what you're saying. Like, I don't think so. I feel like this has been, because I feel like it's been half the games in every series, like except for Denver OKC. It just seems like somebody stomps on somebody. I mean, last night was a good game, but like it feels everybody else. It's like, nope. Once there's a blowout, then the series really starts. Then the game starts, and the other team's gonna win.
Yep. That and guess what? The world is seeing this during the playoffs. We got to see it all year.
Oh man,
Good
Did we
for
ever.
us.
did we ever?
Let me tell you, it
I don't
was
know.
fun.
I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about a team that beat the Miami Heat by a record margin in any playoff series, then thereafter getting gentlemen swept. It doesn't make me feel great.
But
I will say, Petty don't leave. And I will say, Max Strus. Woo! I told you.
Who's pettier? You on Max Strus or me on Jimmy?
You know what the thing is? It's not even that I hate Max Strus. It's just that hair, and I'm just like, he's changed.
I don't hate Jimmy. I just really have a problem with how he did his guys.
Well, you better give
left here.
You better give him the edict tonight. Give him the best 2 words in sports.
You're done?
No, don't lose. Don't lose.
Well, I mean, here. Tell me what you've seen out of Jimmy that would lead you to believe that tonight he gonna crank it up.
I mean, he played really well in game 3. But he was basically all they had, and then looked like he got petered out, and he can't do that.
Okay, so that's my point.
But
tell me something that you've seen.
He did play really well in game. If they get game 3 from him with somebody else helping along the way, I don't know if it's Kuminga because I seem to hate Kuminga. I don't know what their deal is.
Why do they hate Kuminga? He seems to be their best scorer.
Steve Kerr. I mean, some coaches just get a thing. They don't like guys. I don't know. But
isn't it about winning?
I would think so. I don't know why you wouldn't want a talented guy like him not out there, but who am I?
He might get traded in the 4th quarter.
But before that, Max Strus.
Oh my goodness, we're still going with this.
This is incredible. No, Leroy, this is worth it. I promise. I couldn't write something better than this. Yesterday on TNT, while they go into game 5, and Cleveland, bless your heart, they really tried to lean into, we're the only team to do it in a championship. It's on our side. I'm like, okay. I don't think it works like that, but you have come back from 3-1 before, very famously. Max Strus had a message for his team, according to TNT's Jared Greenberg. Do you have this report, Marcos?
Very similar fashion yesterday. A group text message was sent out to every single Cavalier player from Max Strus. Strus said simply, if you don't believe, then don't show up for work. Strus said this morning that he doesn't think this group is done. Thompson telling me that he just wants every single guy to star in their role tonight more than ever. And guys, Tristan Thompson referred to all those days he spent watching you on Inside the NBA, saying the guys Chuck and Kenny and Shaq have always talked about the role players play better at home, and he expects that to happen tonight.
If you don't believe, just don't show up. 0 for 9 from the field, 0 for 6 from downtown. 0 points for Max Strus. 0. Yikes.
That was sweet. Justice. And why? It's not just because he left and his hair and whatever. You saw what he wrote.
I saw what he wrote. I saw what he wrote. That little egg, he could have kept it at that, the idea that it was just business, nothing personal beating the Miami. Mm-hmm.
The fact that he put that little egg emoji was
the
like,
breakfast.
We ate them for breakfast.
I guess they got stuffed on breakfast, dude. You know, they're intermittent fasting after the playoffs. Intermittent fasting to get ready for tequila in Cancun with us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Satisfying.
Max Strus. Waddle Baby Wall says, we got NBA Finals Max Strus last night. Sure did. That's good. Man, he went 0 for 10 in the finals.
Come on now.
Yikes.
Come on.
But he didn't completely lose last night.
No.
Because Charles Barkley has been saying what we've been saying for a very long time. He got distracted almost by Max Strus. Here was Charles Barkley yesterday.
Play big. Mobley, Allen, and Hunter. And I know how much you love Hunter.
Yes.
He has 17 total points, while the bigs for Indy has 61 points.
You know, it's interesting. Number one, is anybody noticing Max Strus is a good-looking man? I hope y'all. When they showed that dude, I said, "Damn, that's a good-looking man." But secondly,
who wasn't thinking?
Yeah. But
At least he has that.
He went into side note.
That's distractingly beautiful. He's got that. Look, he's got that. You know what? He may poop the bed in every biggest game possible. That may be Max Strus' calling card. You know, ever since they stole that 3 from him in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they did steal it from you, Max. When it comes to the biggest games, you know, he's had a tough go of it. You know, it seems like he left his power in the play-in.
No, El Mackey said he's a winter soldier.
But one thing you can't take away from him, handsome. Now, he's going to be handsome in Cancun, but he's still handsome.
I didn't even see. Did he speak after?
I don't know.
I just saw that text thing. It was like,
what is he? What could you possibly say after that? what can you say when you give a donut?
That's great.
Hey, you know what else goes good with breakfast?
Oh. hey, this guy gets a point. It's good.
Wow.
Hey, you should have replied on his Twitter line. You know what else goes good with breakfast, Strus? Donuts.
Doesn't have a Twitter, Max Strus.
No.
Mm.
His dad used to follow me on Instagram.
Mm.
I think it got too silly for him. He left after a little bit.
What?
Yeah.
His dad loved the song.
Timbo said, tell Strus to turn in his Panthers jersey too. We don't want that stink on them.
Wow. All right, so the Cavaliers, they're done. Pacers, back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals for the Pacers. They win 114-105 yesterday. Tyrese Halliburton, Mr. Overrated, 31 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And they go on to beat the Cavs. Last night, you had the Thunder top the Nuggets 112-105. Joker put up another stat. Nobody's done in history, but doesn't
That's
matter.
been the best series.
They lose. They lose. The Stars top the Jets 3-1. They take a 3-1 series lead. Michael Granlund finish. He spells Michael very Finnish.
How? Can I hear it?
Mikael. So instead of the CH, he goes K.
What about
Mikael?
who did it? MYKAL?
Oh, Mikal Bridges?
No, it was an old Golden State player.
I don't like that they're taking the finish thing from us. They got Rantanen, and now they got this fellow hitting it with a hat trick. That's our thing.
You think they would have been good in that Four Nations, huh?
We're the kings of Finland. Anyway, they're up big. Jets. Oof. So I don't like it. But anyway, we'll hear from our Finnish population coming up later on. Tonight, you got Oilers and the Golden Knights at 9:30, and of course, the Panthers, 7 o'clock puck drop. WQM has that action for you. You can watch it on ESPN. And finally, the Marlins, they blew it in the 9th last night.
Yeah.
They were up 4-2. Cubbies win 5-4. Got homers from Stowers and Norby, but Jesus Tinoco got beat up in the 9th there. So tough go of it.
Jesus Tinoco.
Yeah.
That's a confusing nationality right there.
See that
what?
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
When you said Tinoco, I was thinking that maybe he was,
Japanese?
Yeah.
You think there's a Japanese Jesus?
That's
really why we were.
That's why we confused.
That's why it was confusing.
That's why confusing.
Yeah,
you didn't say when you say that name, it's not confusing, huh? Jesus Tinoco.
Looks like a normal guy. I mean, God bless him. He looks fine. But it's just like
I'm just saying.
Disappointment. Heavy on the Jesus, am I right?
Venezuelan, just for the record.
Heavy on the Jesus.
Take a break. Back after this.
WQAM broadcasting live from the
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Country artist Lee Bryce is coming to War Memorial Auditorium in Fort Lauderdale in September. I forgot to give away the tickets yesterday, so I got 2 pairs today to give away to Lee Bryce. If you guys want to go see him, that'll be coming your way later on today. It's a Live Nation show. Marcos is back in the saddle today. He was very upset during the break, Leroy. Do you want to get into Leroy why you're upset?
Livid. Why? I'm sure Leroy's gonna somehow find a way to disprove this. But as we all know, Mavericks got the cold envelope this year, which they only had 1.8% chance of getting. Do you know who was previously slotted in that number 11 position before winning 2 meaningless games at the end of the season?
Meaningless. I mean, it was meaningful for Davion Mitchell.
I mean, yeah, great.
Yes, I'm aware it was the heat spot, Frog Boy.
So with that being said, I think we have to add this to the list of things that Eric Spoelstra did wrong this year. And I'm personally taking all the blame that we no longer have a chance at Cooper Flag. I don't even think we're going to get our first pick, correct? That goes to Golden State?
No, our pick went to OKC. We have the 20th pick from Golden State.
Oh, okay. So,
but if we would have given that pick up, we would have been out to dry for the next 2 picks because they would have been unprotected next year. Now you may say, who cares? We got Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
Maybe we would have had Cooper Flag.
Flag.
Maybe
without giving up anybody. We're talking about a player that could potentially change your team at a cheap rate because he's a rookie. So we can go before
he is cheap.
The super max, maxi, super max, whatever. We have an opportunity to change that. But no, we got to win those games.
Can I just say this?
So you want?
Can I just
games?
please?
Your eyes, dude.
Can I just say this? There is nothing in this world that pisses me off than a loser talking about losing.
What?
Yeah.
You heard.
Nothing pisses you off more than a loser wanting to lose more?
Yeah.
That's what pisses you off the most?
That mentality.
Interesting.
You've been competing your whole life. Dude, if you've been competing your whole life, you get on that floor and you want to win. I don't care what the circumstances are. I don't care what the situation is. For people to just assume that all these guys are just going to go out there and say, hey, it would be better if we got a higher draft pick. Let's just go lose. You can't tell me we wouldn't have sat in here the next day and called them all bums.
Nah, I don't know.
Stop.
I don't know.
Stop.
Like,
I want no part of this.
You can want
These
no
guys
part
been
of it.
competing their whole life. And
Okay,
you
let me
say,
ask you
"Hey,
this.
just go lose."
If the Sixers end up getting,
And what did I tell you about the Sixers? What
I
did I tell you about the Sixers?
What do
They
you think?
will never win because they have a culture of losing, and that organization has
What about
said
the Mavericks?
okay.
The Mavericks did it the year beforehand. They tanked the end of the season, didn't make the playoffs, got Derek Lively, made the finals.
Okay.
It happened. It does. It has benefited teams before.
Everyone does it except for the Miami Heat.
I just think this part. I think if they were going to do it, they should have done it after the 10-game losing streak.
For sure.
Because the 6-game win streak, it was a bowl league win streak. The only legitimate wins were beating Jimmy and beating the Celtics. Everybody else, it was a bunch of Hornets and Wizards. It meant nothing.
Really,
I don't understand. Make up your mind. You want your team to win when you go watch them, or you want them to lose?
No, I'm just saying, like, when you look at a 6-game win streak, Leroy, if you have a win streak built on Hornets and Wizards, it's not a win streak.
Like, okay, like that absolutely drives me crazy. That you're okay with. We were okay with the Dolphins losing, right?
People were okay with the Dolphins.
All you would have did was
people were okay with the Dolphins losing. The only people who weren't okay with the Dolphins losing was ESPN, who the entire year was saying they were a danger to players, and yet somehow the Bengals got to sneak in there with a worse record and was like, yeah. Which, by the way, it did nothing for Brian Flores. If anything, apparently it did worse for him for not tanking enough, because he claimed that he was getting offered bonuses for losing.
All right. Yeah, Warriors tanked a few years to get Wiseman. How'd that work out?
Okay, well, they picked the wrong guy. And they don't like their picks anyway.
Yeah, that's just bad drafting. I mean, they could have
worked.
He was the second best player in that draft.
Well, sometimes
no, he was projected to be the second best player in the draft. He stunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You don't know that when you draft him.
You should have known it.
Okay.
Didn't Anthony Edwards just come out and say when they had the second pick? I think that was that. I think this was the draft. He said that if we had the first pick, he told Ant-Man we wouldn't take you.
Yeah, I think that did come out.
Maybe they're just bad at drafting.
I mean, so much in basketball is slotted. Very rarely do you have too much of a reach in basketball. Football's different.
Spurs tanked for Wemby.
The Spurs did tank for Wemby. That's true.
And then look, they got the 2 rookie of the years back to back, and now they have another pick. What's going on here? What's going on here?
All right. All right. So you guys would have been fine with that.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, look, I will say, I'll say, well, Leroy,
it literally turns my stomach. I BS you not.
But
it is the worst trait of an athlete.
The Heat. But the Heat don't feel that way. Like Pat Riley just came out and admitted we've only tanked twice in our life. We did it wrong when we got Dwayne Wade because they won that last game, which flipped them from 4 to 5, which ended up getting him D Wade instead of Bosch. So do you look at the Heat and you know how they feel? You don't think that some organizations like the Spurs are owed the benefit of the doubt? It's not like they're the Hornets or they're the Sixers. You don't get a reset season. So if the Heat did do that, nobody would look down on the Heat and say, you know what? Even like they admitted when they flipped it around and went 30-11. Great story. Never made the playoffs.
Right.
And they ended up paying Dion Waiters and James Johnson. Okay, eventually they got Jimmy Butler. But also, they could have gone that route. He admitted they were maybe thinking about tanking that year. Like, I think if any organization is owed it from the fans of being like, oh, yeah, I could understand. Even if they did it this year. Like, I don't
Why are you making fans so understanding all of a sudden?
We're pretty understanding if you're trying to get Cooper Flag.
Come on.
I'd be like, what? Number 10.
All you would hear is we suck. We're so bad. Spo needs to go. This guy needs to go. This player's a bum. This is that. You wouldn't hear, oh, we're going to get a better pick.
But they're saying that anyway.
I literally said all
it's literally bought them. It didn't buy them anything this year, and they didn't get. And by the way, they deserve the criticism for this year. They stunk.
Right.
But
Waves and rocks. Hey, by the way, I noticed that too. Why is James Johnson still in the league?
I think just enforcement
because he's dangerous.
I think he's just there to scowl at the other bench. If
I got
goes
you.
wrong.
You fire James Johnson. I'm not going to do it.
That had to be a scary call.
I get it. I'm just saying.
Where do you want to go, James?
As a player, that it turns my stomach to think that there are players or organizations that say it's okay to lose. I don't mean, listen, you could be bad, right? But
that's the thing is the Heat were bad. Like they weren't good this year.
They weren't
a good team. They had a cataclysmic thing happen with their star.
Now,
so if the Heat would have gone from the losing streak and would have just kept said, hey, Bam, go get a back thing. He goes, what? Yeah, go get your hip checked on.
Yeah.
Here's what I would have said, though.
I feel like your back hurts.
And here's when I would have accepted it. And I said this all year. You're 5 games under 500. Just put Kalel in there and let him take his lumps. Put Pella in there and let him take his lumps. Pella got hurt. You see what I'm saying?
You're not full blown tanker, but you'll do it for like a straight. Be like, you know what? Let's take the gas off the pedal, boys. Cruise control.
I would have played the young guys because I would have been better off next year, even though I wasn't as good this year. That's a different situation.
Here's the thing, though, Marcos. Look, I get it, and I got attacked by the kids on Twitter.
Wow.
Which is what I'm referring to them now as, the stupid kids on Twitter. Okay. And they say, take more copium, bruh.
Copium?
Yeah. That's a drug where you cope.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And yes, I am coping. You want to know why?
Well,
I need to cope.
Yeah.
But the only thing I'll tell myself is the Heat weren't getting the number 1 pick. Because I think, I hate to say this, I genuinely think it's fixed.
For sure.
I genuinely think it's fixed. I think that it's either fixed on 2 cases. One, Luka Doncic getting traded to the Lakers for that is patently absurd. It's absurd. It's absurd that that's what he got traded for.
Yeah.
Okay? It is. I'm sorry. Everybody thought that it was fake. Nobody can believe that stupidity. This poor guy had to go with security his entire next few months because of how everybody's like, how do you not get it's not even that you got that. You didn't even get more from the Lakers, and you should have gotten more. It's so silly. And all of a sudden, wink, 1.8%, you get the number one pick. Because it's either two things. One, the entire Lakers Luka thing was a ruse because they're the flagship franchise and they want to make sure they got a post LeBron plan. Okay. And so they're like, hey, we got you. Or they saw how pissed people were about it because this guy was so dumb. And they're like, we got to calm people down in Dallas. So, yeah, I just don't believe the Heat would have gotten that pick. They just wouldn't have. It was going to Dallas. It was a frozen ping pong ball. Yeah. It was going that way.
Now,
I do feel
Smeathan makes a point. Sitting vets to play young guys is literally what tanking is. Not in this instance, because Smeathan, I've been saying it all year. And my reasons behind it was, if you know this year isn't where you want to be, I don't want to go into next year playing the same game of hoping or wondering whether the young guys can play. And this team didn't have a whole bunch of vets anyway that were playing well. So it's kind of a situation where, let me see what my young guys can do. Now, if a couple of them got hurt, and that kind of maybe put the Knicks on that, but I would have been playing where every night I would have been coaching him up, letting him take his lumps, and then in the offseason, showing him all that and saying, this is where we need to get better. But that's a different situation.
What you're doing, you're splitting hairs. Like, what
I'm not.
You are. It's essentially.
Wait, who would you have played?
If you obviously you would play your young guys, but if you're doing that, wink, because Bam, hey Bam, go rest your hip for the rest of the season.
No, I'm not saying instead of Bam.
Oh. Well, I am telling you that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Like, because you're acting like Khalil didn't play at the end of the season. He played basically through the middle of the season, Leroy.
Okay.
He did.
Yeah, some nights he got 3 minutes.
Not the most nights he played significant minutes. He did. So you're saying he's going to play 38 minutes a night instead of 28 minutes a night. Like, that's what you're saying. And Bam, go rest your hip. Tyler, go rest.
No, I wouldn't do that though.
Okay.
I'm just saying I would have played the young guys more to like, if you're not here, I don't want to go into next year with the same questions I have this year about the young guys. Because now you're almost just like resetting and doing it all over again.
Yeah, but I'd say you have more questions about your vets now than you do of anybody, than even more of the young
And you
guys.
always did.
Like, but that's the point. But you don't understand that's everybody's point on it. And I'm not a guy who, like, again, I think there was a through line here of where it could have been for the Heat, and it was after losing 10 straight, and it should have been like, hey, do we pull the plug on this thing? And only the Heat, being as stupid as they were this year, responded with a 10-game losing streak with a 6-game win streak, though it was built on crappy teams. And so you were in this no man's land of like, are we going to be bad or are we going to be mediocre playing? Because there was a time where they could have like fell below the Raptors and all those teams, which didn't even end up getting the ping pong balls. But you would have understood it because that team has, like, they get the benefit of the doubt. You know what the team and the franchise is about. Now it's almost like you're clinging to what you feel like is winning basketball, when really all they really built, Leroy, this year, they were the worst fourth quarter team in the league by every metric.
Yeah.
All you did was reinforce how bad you are at winning and how bad and how you continue to have losing habits. So I don't think you're holding on to anything that's really beneficial. Like you're holding on to this thing of honor that's not really there for the Heat.
It's not about honor, it's about competitiveness. Like, it's about,
but they're not competitive. They lose in the fourth quarter every game. They didn't compete.
All right. I can't ever get you guys to understand where I'm coming from, simply because we come from two different places. And that's fine. But I've played on 3 and 13 teams. 1, It was the worst, like the worst. But I never went on the field.
Who'd you get in the draft that year, the next year?
Eric Turner.
How good was he?
He was good. He was good.
Did he help you the next year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to a Pro Bowl.
You feel like you guys built losing habits the last year, or you feel like you were able to bounce back?
No, we didn't. No, see, that's just it. We were bad. Well, we didn't get a chance to build losing habits because they fired everybody.
Highest drafted defensive back in NFL history.
Eric Turner.
2008 Hall of Fame, UCLA.
Take a break. One team that doesn't tank right now. The Cats. Woo! They're back out tonight. Back after this. right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy back with you here, 560 WQAM. Let's get to the road to repeat here. Brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out when it's game time. Make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
Panthers, Leafs, Game 5 tonight. 7 o'clock is your puck drop. Panthers getting after it. We will see if there is any chicanery after what happened at the end, or maybe good that a couple of days have gone by. Cooler heads may prevail. We will see. We will see what goes down tonight as this critical Game 5, a swing game in the series, some may say. So far, every home team has won.
Well, the series hasn't started yet, correct?
Officially, the series has not started yet, Leroy. The series, although it felt very much like it started in overtime Game 3. Woo! That was terrifying.
You always have those 1 or 2 games where you either lose them or you get out of it and you just take a deep breath and go, and that was one of those games.
Mikkola, he spoke to the media yesterday, and we will hear what the Finnish mauler had to say on the whole game situation. What did he have to say yesterday, Marcos? Wow. Scary.
Ferocious.
Well, he's a polar bear.
Yes.
I mean, he is a polar bear on skates.
That's what I thought.
Is there any way we can figure, because I'd like to know what he said. That felt a little, I don't speak polar bear, so I don't know what that is. I don't know what the hell just happened there.
That's fair. I do have a software I just installed into the computer to see if I can just run it through this. All right, it's ready.
Okay. So what did Mikkola say in English?
Yeah, I think we're a good road team, and we need to steal one from their building. That's the name of the game, and yeah, just do our thing and play our game. So I think we don't have to change too much.
Wow.
Man.
Insight from a polar bear. He's right. They do have to steal one.
Thank God for AI.
Well said. All right. What else did he have to say yesterday at the press conference?
Yeah. My fault.
Those teeth are terrifying.
It sounds at first, it's like, oh, is this a lion? And then afterwards, it gets a little.
Is he eating a fish right there on the podium?
Seems a little weird, but it's okay. Still have the software. And we're done. Perfect.
Yeah, we've been talking about it like they're a dynamic team with a lot of skill and speed. We need to have a good caps, and it's starting from the forecheck and how we put the box deep, and I think we managed to do that pretty well last game, so yeah, happy with that.
Definitely a game they looked the most like the Panthers in the last game, but my God, somebody get him a fish and get him off that podium.
He is hungry.
He's hungry. I feel bad for any Maple Leaf that has to go against that terrifying polar bear.
Listen,
Mikkola.
There's a guy with a target on his back. You know who we're looking for. We're probably taking a gloves off as soon as a whistle blows. Or...
I mean, we see. Schmeathan says Mikkola should skate around holding a giant glass of Coca Cola. Oh no! They put Mikkola in the penalty box. He's just sitting there. Glug, glug, glug.
What do you think the polar bear is more known for? Coca Cola or the icy?
I'm gonna go Coca Cola. It seems like a bigger drink, though. I do because where do you get the icy anymore? Like the movies? Is that the only place that has it?
Yeah, I think like the official icy, because
the official icy I feel like is at a is at a movie theater and no place else.
But that's the thing though. It's always been the polar bear.
Remember they used to have them in the stores and you collect the little tabs to get a free one?
No, I don't remember that.
For ices or Coca Colas?
Ices.
Really? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from the daiquiri place though. You can't trust him.
What?
A lot of icy drinks over there.
Daiquiri.
love
There's a
love
daiquiri
it.
shop damn near on every corner in New Orleans.
I miss a daiquiri bar, man.
Yeah.
Oh, remember the one in Hard Rock?
Yeah, they had a Wet Willie's at the Improv.
Woo! Right there at the corner.
Dania Point.
Does the Dania one have a Wet Willie's?
Yeah, it has that. Well, 14 North. They kind of just changed the name.
Oh, it's not Wet Willie's anymore.
Nah.
Is Wet Willie's still on South Beach?
No, I kind of feel like.
Or is Wet Willie's gone?
Wet Willie's is on the way out, dude. Anything that you like, Hooters on the way out, Wet Willie's, CC's Pizza. There's so many things that are like on the way out.
By the way, I went to CC's Pizza years ago.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
Yeah, well, it's gone now. So you were right.
Is CC's Pizza done?
I think there's like one in Florida.
Wow. I saw yesterday there was an article about all the Subways closing.
Oh, that hurts my heart. Where am I going to get my chicken teriyakis from?
I don't know. Esim says polar bears sound like death.
And I use the chicken part loosely. Yeah.
No fire in that.
You know when I quit going to Subway?
Hmm?
When somebody before me got tuna.
Esims also says, what about the Klondike bar?
Oh,
Very strong.
That's a polar bear right there. That's like,
Okay, so if we needed to calm Niko Mikkola down,
yeah, Klondike.
do you think we go Klondike bar,
Yeah.
Coca Cola in a glass bottle, icy, or an actual fish?
Or a tranquilizer gun. I think you go first. You start with the salmon. That seems to be their comfort food.
No way.
Do you think like all the Finns go out for a dinner out on Las Olas, and Mr. Las Olas, of course, Anton Lundell, as he's referred to by Matthew Tkachuk?
That's right.
You think he says, "Get my friend here, salmon," and like they try and bring him the fillet, and he's like, "Mm, you have to give him the actual whole fish."
That is scary. That's scary.
Good luck, Austin Matthews. Good luck, dude. We also got some news from Paul Maurice on Matthew Tkachuk.
Ooh.
This is what he had to say on how Tkachuk is feeling.
I think his last game was his best. I think his last 3 games that he's played have been the best that he's played in the playoffs. I think he has an incredible ability to adapt his game, and I think he was doing that in the Tampa series, almost straight through the Tampa series. But he is back. I thought last night, I didn't see him adapting his game last night. It'd be glimpses from the bench where he'll move differently or release a puck earlier or do something or give himself another foot of ice just to cover off a change in direction, something like that. And then I didn't see any of that last night, so I think he's back and right.
There you go. Well, good news. Some people were concerned about Tkachuk and how he was looking early in the series. But Paul Maurice says no. He's all the way back, and he did look good the last game, and also was talking a lot of bleep on the end of the bench. Like,
my goodness,
this feels like a Tkachuk chicanery night.
Love it.
A lot of smiling while people are piling up on him with the mouth guard, and he goes, "Gotcha, major penalty for you guys, idiots."
That's just like they play this game for jokes, right? like they're like messing with Tkachuk. And the thing is, the other guy's yelling and he's serious and Tkachuk's smiling.
Yep.
Like rent free, buddy. Rent
free. Man, I'll tell you. Panthers looking to clean things up tonight. And if you want to get your dry cleaning, the best dry cleaning in South Florida, you want to use our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners. Think I'm going to give it a little stoppy poos, Marcos, after the show today. I got to drop off my broadcasting suit.
Yeah, that's right.
You got to look up. Maybe Leroy's right. I should also get another shirt, but I know where I'll take it to get it all tailored right.
That's right.
A&T Dry Cleaners, Leroy.
That's right. Our boy Ira, give him a call, 954-610-9383. That's 954-610-9383. They've been around for 40 years and they're family owned and run. They keep it in the family. They do same-day sewing. They have a seamstress, Ira's mother. So you know you're getting the best care for your clothes. They pick them up, drop them off. They service all of South Florida, Dade, Broward, and Southern Palm Beaches. And Tobin, guess what? Tell them if they mention our name, what they get.
If you mention Tobin and Leroy, 25% off your order, dude. So you're getting the silly sauce discount from our guy Ara and A&T Dry Cleaners. So head on over there today. Again, text or call him anytime, and he'll let you know how he can help you out. 954-610-9383. 9383. A&T Dry Cleaners.
Can go to hell. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Hour Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Let's get to our headlines here. Brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory at the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. I don't know why I made it a song. 8 o'clock tonight, maybe when you're in intermission, you'll want to check out the Florida, the Miami Dolphins schedule.
No.
Miami Dolphins schedule gets real. I'm not asking you, dude. Miami Dolphins schedule gets released tonight, 8 o'clock. Frog Boy, are you excited about this?
Nah, I don't know, man.
Just why?
It's just the Dolphins, dude.
It has nothing to do with that. You have no idea as of right now or as of tomorrow how good or bad any other team is. You could probably pick 6 or 7 teams that you know are going to be pretty good. All the rest, just look at proof of who goes to the playoffs from year to year. There's a big turnover in who goes to the playoffs. So the fact that you're sitting here 3 months before the season saying, oh, that's a win, that's a loss, you have no damn idea.
It doesn't matter, though. We're just having fun, dude. Like, what's the problem? You're like the same people who are like, I don't want to talk trades and fake trades. They're not going to get anybody. Hey, what else are we going to do? Why can't we just have a little fun, baby? Okay. I don't understand what the harm of that's a win, that's a loss is. You act like this is some crime against football. I've never heard a good argument to not do it. I've never heard it. You don't really know.
You've never been right.
If I knew the results of games, I would bet correctly on every game. And that wouldn't, that might be fun because you get a lot of money. Yeah. But that wouldn't, it wouldn't put any mystery to it.
Never would have bet on Julian Hill.
Well, I still might. We'll see how the odds look. Maybe I'll go to Washington. I don't know. We'll see. I got to find a new plus 2,000 guy to bet on this year, if not Julian Hill. The Dolphins did tease, though. They got a cool schedule release. It looks like it's coming out. Because remember, they really blew it a couple of years ago. Because they make a big deal out of these schedule releases, right? Like they everybody's made big fun videos of it. They'll have celebrities. Yeah. They'll have a theme. And the Dolphins really screwed the pooch when their brand was hot. Where they're like, we got it. Fastest release of all time. And it was just Tyreek Hill and Raheem Mostert going, here we go. Click. And went, boom. I'm like, that's it. That's you guys. That's what you brought to the table.
Game ops wasn't working that day.
They failed, dude.
That intern was easy.
The Dolphins have changed their logo.
Ooh. By the way, you already know who they're playing.
I know, but that's not the point, dude. You need to know the flow of a season. You need to know the flow of a season and how it goes.
Okay.
Now they changed their logo to something neon, right? And then this video comes out where they got like a bunch of neon dolphins like swimming around some kind of a treasure box or something like that, dude. So I don't know. Who knows what the hell's going on there? New uniforms?
Well, we're one of the teams this year that is like eligible for like a new Nike uniform.
There's eligibility to that?
Because only
they rotate. They do it every 3 or 4 years.
Ooh, you think we're gonna get some Dolphin Vice stuff? I'd be interested in that.
But like super neon aqua, like that's the way you want to rock.
Yeah, and then we put black lights instead of bulbs. Now we're thinking we turn it into ultra glow sticks for everybody. This is good. This is good.
Wow. Y'all don't remember back in the day, you know how they used to turn the arena lights off to now they turn the arena lights off to make announcements and the lights come right back on. Mm-hmm. A few years ago, if you turned out the arena lights, it took 20 minutes to get them back on. Remember the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
All lights were like that. So you couldn't do stuff like this.
So far, what's leaked online is, you guys want the leaks or you just want to save it tomorrow? You want me to give you a primetime game?
It doesn't mean no, never mind.
You need a little leaky leak,
All right, primetime.
All right.
Week 3.
Yep.
Thursday night football.
Oh,
Buffalo.
that's a loss.
Probably.
So
Short week.
now I will say
Short
this.
week at Buffalo.
I will say this. The one thing I like to look at when the schedule comes out, because every team has to play a Thursday night game.
Mm-hmm.
The Thursday night game and what part of the year it is, and the bye week. That's the two things I look for.
Lucas, you like most of that's a win, that's a loss. You like
I don't.
most of it.
I just told you it had nothing to do with the games.
It does have something to do with the games. It's very important.
You know why?
Important elements of that's a win, that's a loss.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because they're not playing my trip to Michigan and Ohio.
I thought it had to do with Dolphins.
No. But I like it. I would say this. If I'm a player, I would like my bye week around 10. And I would like my Thursday night game like 5 or 6 weeks away from that, either earlier. Because technically you get 2 bye weeks.
I just told him Marcos's ear because we were distracted by the television, and I just go into his ear. David Adelman's a weird-looking guy. Marcos doesn't even turn his mic off because he looks to his screen and goes, "Oh my god!" You realize everybody heard that, so now I had to reveal why you did that. So you weren't reacting to Leroy. Like we were just looking at interim Nuggets coach David Adelman, and you were like, "Whoa!" You were taken aback by him.
Who's the comedian that used Jeff Dunham? He has like a Cletus character that this guy looks like a Jeff Dunham puppet. He's a coach.
Well, he replaced Michael Malone.
It's a downgrade.
What do you mean, dude?
I don't know anything about him. Downgrade. I'll tell you what.
Oof. The Dolphins. The next week, what's being reported after Thursday Night Football Week 3, host Monday Night Football against the Jets.
Those are our first 2 division matchups of the year.
I mean, I get, unless the Patriots are Week 2. We don't
The
know.
reason I asked
Week 2 is a mystery.
These uniforms that I'm discussing are called rivalry uniforms and will debut during the first rivalry game. The first 2 divisions that get it are AFC East and NFC West. So maybe Bills Thursday Night Football, new uniform.
So it would probably mean that the weeks that the Dolphins play the Jets and the Dolphins play Buffalo, that means that the other 2 teams that aren't playing will play against each other on that weekend.
There's one thing that gets me going. It's new uniforms. I don't know why. I like the orange uniforms as well.
I'd like some orange uniforms this year too. Something to switch it up, Something cool. Something cool.
Get it going.
Man, your dog's getting crazy. What are they so upset about?
Could be anything. An iguana could be sitting by the pool.
Let him after.
Squirrel.
The Panthers back on the ice tonight against the Maple Leafs at 7:00. You can hear that right here on 560 WQAM. And Dade South says they're barking down trees.
Gotta get them out of the tree. That's good.
Tonight, New York at Boston. Game 5. New York's up 3-1. Golden State at Minnesota. Minnesota's up 3-1.
We're going to have a few days without basketball, messing around with these guys.
New York, Boston's at 7. Golden State of Minnesota is at 9:30 for those looking. The Marlins will wrap up their series against the Cubs tonight. They blew it last night, so they'll look to avoid the sweep. 7:40 is your first pitch. Stowers and Norby went deep yesterday, but the Cubs scored 3 in the bottom of the 9th to come back and win that game.
So question, who do you think has a better chance of winning tonight, Golden State or Boston?
I got to say Golden State just because Boston lost Tatum, dude. By the way, Tatum officially ruptured Achilles. Yeah. Is ruptured different than torn?
Yes.
That's worse?
Some would say that if you rupture it, it's better because then they have to reattach it and they use something. They have a new way of reattaching it. I think they use some other material. Whereas if you tear it, you still have part of your Achilles intact.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's more of a repair. But then when you come back, who's to say that other portion not going to tear?
Not me. I could walk that off.
Dude, can I just say something? What you have done to your foot is terrible.
What?
And for you to just shrug it off and make it sound no, dude. Like
I need science.
No
Science,
Stop saying
0,
that.
me 1.
Okay.
Still limping.
True.
Hey, you guys want to go see country artist Lee Bryce? He's coming to War Memorial Auditorium in Fort Lauderdale in September, and we got your chance to win tickets. Keep on listening to our show, but I got 2 today. But right now, caller number 5 for Game 5 tonight for Cats and Leafs. Game 5 will win a pair of tickets to see Lee Bryce at War Memorial Auditorium in September.
Lee
It's a
Bryce
Live
sounds
Nation
like a
show.
country artist.
He does. If you guys want to go see Lee Bryce, caller 5 right now to 305-567-0560 will win the tickets to see Lee Bryce. We'll have another pair of tickets to give away later on today's show, but if you want to want them right now, caller number, I don't know why you would want them now and not later. He's like, I'll get the next one. Caller 5 to 305-567-0560 will win those tickets. And by the way, speaking of, if you guys want a place to watch the game tonight, the official Panthers watch parties at the Baptist Health Iceplex. Fans can register to ice skate, enjoy giveaways, food, drinks, and mascot appearances while watching the game on screens around the facility. More information can be found at BaptistHealthIceplex.com. They're right next to each other, so but if you guys want them, 305, well, we got enough callers. 305-567-0560. Caller 5 will win those Lee Bryce tickets. Pat Riley. He had a bit of a doozy during his press conference. We have not dove into yet. And so dived into yet. Dove into. It's hard. I'll take the -1.
Didn't feel right.
-1
for butchering the English language. Pat Riley said some weird stuff. That's next. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQM. Leroy, can we get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm?
Sure can.
YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call at 866-954-MORE.
Well, you know the weather people in Florida, they were all excited for that rain that was going to come and just dump 7 days worth of rain. It is now sunny with no clouds in the sky. Breeze is about 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'm going to guess it's out of the east because I can't see nothing moving over at my house, so I can't give you a complete description. And I'm going to say it's just a little bit above 80 degrees, but it looks like a beautiful day.
How you do, Frog Boy?
He is correct. Weather is listed as abundant sunshine. Winds coming out of the east-northeast at 9 miles per hour. Strangely enough, they already have it at 90 degrees.
What?
I think that's
soupy. It was kind of nice this morning.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You see everybody's all up in a tizzy because the Canes landed the number one player in the country.
Trenches. Tough,
dude. Tough.
Push.
Hey, if you're a 6'8" tackle, you come to the U.
Come on.
You come to the U.
Yeah.
Jackson Cantwell is committed to the University of Miami for 2026. 6'8", well over 300 pounds. Tough. And everybody's freaking out, especially Georgia fans, because they say, I thought that we had him in the bag. And now they're upset because they say the Canes only paid the most money for him.
You didn't have the biggest bag.
Apparently, they didn't have the biggest bag. Or I will say, though, Cantwell said, money, pretty even Steven around the board for Georgia, Ohio State, Miami. Miami built the relationship. Like, I don't know. Is it crazy that that Mario Cristobal has his flaws?
But he's a hell of a recruiter.
Let's start. Hell of a recruiter, Leroy.
He's always been that.
Have we forgotten? I mean, have we forgotten that this man is a hell of a recruiter? That has been his thing since like FIU. He's been a great recruiter. I mean, what are we talking about here? And so you have all these hayseed SEC fans and Ohio State fans who are like, the Canes, they just paid the most money. If that was the case, get richer. Second, if it wasn't the case, hey, I'm sorry, did Mario Cristobal become a bum recruiter all the time? Did you guys see this or not? I know this is not high school because it's taking somebody from the portal, so it's not apples to apples. Did Mario Cristobal not just get the number one player drafted in the NFL with his giant wall of linemen in front of him?
I think that just happened.
Did that just happen? Or did I imagine that?
The offensive line was weak 2 years ago.
Listen, if he was a defensive tackle, I don't know if it comes with you. Because we don't defend right now. I hope that changes. All right, Ruben.
You can look at it two ways.
Love that guy.
You can look at it as,
Please only.
They haven't defended up front, or you can look at it as I can be the guy to change it.
Totally fair. I like that sell pitch. Get Leroy in the recruiting office right now.
He's good.
He's good. But you got to let your whining from the Bulldogs who are like, I'm reading right now, and on Yahoo Sports, Georgia did everything right with Jackson Cantwell and still lost. Well, I guess you can't say you did everything well in this recruiting, Georgia, because he's a Hurricane now.
Yeah.
We had him to campus 5 times. Guess what, dude? I hate to tell you this, but the kid takes one look around Athens and takes one look around South Florida.
Come on.
Maybe you need 6 times to convince yourself, should I come to this place? It is Athens, Georgia. Or Coral Gables, Florida.
Where is he from?
Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Leroy's like, oh.
Be like staying home.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. I'm just like, dude, but it always happens with the Canes with the whining about the money.
Yeah.
It's literally like everybody they have is a crypto bro. You can't trust them. But I get it. That dude was very loud on Twitter, Ruiz. They don't got any money. I thought, do they not have money or do they have money? Which one is it? Because you guys can't get your story straight anytime the Miami Hurricanes land a big fish. Yeah. It's wild to me. It's silly to me. You guys say, oh, they overpaid. They overpaid for Carson Beck. They ruined the market. Every time it's the Hurricanes' fault. What are we doing? And I just mean, what in the hell are we doing? And I don't know if you know this. This coaching staff, Mirabal, pretty good with offensive linemen. Yeah. Penei Sewell, ever heard of him? Francis Marinoa, probably going in the first round.
For sure.
Okay, you know what? If I'm Jackson Cantwell, I'll be like, you know what? That is a pretty good place to go. And there is Miami. Yeah. All right. Yes, Georgia, amazing program. Kirby Smart, stupid advisor, but a good coach.
It's true.
Like, all right, good for you. But maybe there are some other elements that he's like, you know what? I like this coach. I like what they got going on there. But no, it always comes down to they paid the most. But they're broke. But they paid the most.
And guess what? So what? That's where we live now.
But you want to know something, Leroy? Everybody wants to be like, they want to build false narratives all over the place.
But here's the kicker.
They can't keep their story straight.
Here's the kicker. Okay? And here's what I want people to understand. Between Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, and Miami, Miami has the least amount of money. Don't be fooled. Okay? Ohio State has a boatload of money. Alabama has a boatload of money. Georgia, boatload of money. But what happens is you get arrogant. You get arrogant. You want to do the Pat Riley thing. You, Georgia, you want to put the rings on the table, right? You, Alabama, you say, we win championships, we win the playoffs every year. You should want to come here regardless of the money, right? And I ain't mad at a kid that say, no, I want the money. So while you sitting here coming up with all these reasons why and Miami paid the most money, let's be clear about what you selling, right? You trying to sell people on things that you sold on kids 15, 20 years ago, and that ain't happening. So if you don't know how to play the game, then that's on you.
Dade South says he's the best shot putter in the country, too. I love it. It's like basically we got a teenage Viking.
That's some strength right there. That's not only pushing someone like, what do you even off the ear? This is Who
did the track and field when you were playing, Leroy? When they did the shot put? Did anybody do was that the lineman's thing? The shot put?
Actually,
the
athletic director. Ward.
Really? Ward?
Ward was a shot putter. He threw
he
the
looks
javelin.
like a shot putter. Moose.
He threw the javelin. Yep.
People still doing that these days?
What, the javelin?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an Olympic sport.
I was going to say, yeah, I thought it was dangerous.
Dangerous.
No, javelin catcher is dangerous. Not javelin thrower.
Don't catch it.
Does the SEC just, let me be clear here.
Babies.
Do they ever stop whining that conference? Do they ever stop whining?
Really a look at me kind of.
You stole you basically ruined college football. You stole every team, okay? You cheat. Now everybody gets to pay and not under the table like you guys did in your hillbilly sticks. And you just still sit here. And by the way, you guys get different rules because you get to lose like 4 times. You fluff yourself up just to lose. But if it happens in any other conference, out of the playoff. But all that conference does is whine. It's so unbecoming. It's very unbecoming. That's it. I wish Jackson Cantwell all the best. I can't wait till he's down here mauling people.
We still gotta wait another year, though, right? That's what you
said.
Yeah,
he's young. He's 26.
Come on.
He's not 26. He's in the 26 recruiting class. I'm sorry. He's not an Australian punter.
Okay, great.
I mean, but I would just say, like,
which is also taking over college football, by the way. Everybody's doing that now.
I think they stole from us.
Did you read? Is he still on the Saints?
Headley?
He might be towards retirement soon.
Dave South said Vernon Carey was the best shot putter in Florida in high school, and Cantwell beat his best as an 8th grader.
Jesus.
Wowzers. Headley, by the way, free agent.
Do you want him to punt down here? You know what I feel like? I feel like Mike McDaniel with an Australian punter.
Yeah.
Too much shenanigans.
A lot of shenanigans.
You know?
Too many fakes.
Take a break. Mix things up on the other side. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy. MacMan says, shout out to Max Strus. 0 for 9 last night. 0 points. Most important game of the season. Yeah, that did happen.
Oof.
Woof. You're not kidding, Tua. Not kidding. That was a stinker from Max Strus and the Cavs. Yeah, listen. I saw, Donovan Mitchell said that they let down the city. Maybe you shouldn't play for that city anymore. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Saying, food for thought. You just wear that around the shop, Donovan Mitchell. No need to decide if you want to wear that or not.
Boy.
Let's mix it on up, huh?
Let's do it.
The mixed bag is brought to you by Frog Boy's Bruised Foot.
Doing much better.
Okay.
Much, much better. Ahead of schedule, some may say. Now,
nobody says that except for you.
Some may say it. There's going to be one person. We have in our mixed bag today, unfortunately, one or two of the people I despise talking about in today's sports. And that, of course, is Bill Belichick and his very, very young girlfriend.
This story's crazy.
Just really not a fan of it.
I saw one that said that there's a chance he won't coach this year because of this. I say there's 0 chance he doesn't coach. Of course he's going to coach. There's no way he's not going to show up and coach.
Saw Rob Gronkowski. Even
what did he say? What did he say?
He even made some comments. He said, in the back of your head too, you're just thinking to yourself, well, when you were on the Patriots, the whole goal was to eliminate all distractions that could possibly happen while you're on the team, and don't bring those distractions to the team. And we're just looking down at the program in North Carolina, and it feels like there's distractions 24/7. There's no football talk as well. This is Gronkowski as he made an appearance on 98.5 The Sports Hub. So I don't know, even his former players have had enough.
Well, if anyone's going to comment on him being with a 24-year-old and you want somebody's opinion on it, it's definitely Rob Gronkowski.
For sure.
I mean, geez. Didn't he have like a boat thing?
Oh, Rob?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he lives his life on a party boat.
He is a party boat.
He is a party boat.
Well, this is Bill discussing his private relationship.
So I know that you're aware that your relationship with Jordon Hudson has been a headline over the last few months. And all of the specifics aside, because a lot has come out in the last couple of days, how do you think that impacts your ability to coach this football team, if at all?
Yeah, I mean, that's, really off to the side. It's a personal relationship, and she doesn't have anything to do with UNC football. I'm excited to be back in the coaches' meetings and getting ready for June, and then August when we get to training camp. So June will be a big recruiting month for us, and then August we'll start to get ready for the season.
You want to know what's interesting about that? It kind of feels like they would have just gone that direction on the CBS interview, and she didn't interrupt. This thing would have been over.
Oh yeah,
but because she was so adamant of like jumping into the interview, that's why it set it all off. Like just I know she's like his PR, but like
not anymore.
Jordan, let the master do his work. That's exactly how you're supposed to do it if you're Bill Belichick.
Yep.
I'm just excited.
Does she not realize that when it comes to Bill Belichick and media, he's been handling the media for twice as long as she's been alive?
Right. It's like, what do you mean? No. We're not talking about that. And he goes, that's not what you say. You just say you're on to Toledo.
You just don't talk about it.
You just don't.
You don't have to announce.
Wait. But sometimes, and let me say this, sometimes because of who he is, she may have felt that to be worthy, that she needed to step in situations like that to show value. And she's 24. So she doesn't understand that she doesn't. And so she didn't understand the ramifications of her stepping in like that. She just looked at it from the standpoint, I got you, boo. Right? And so that's no. No, that's how you handle somebody at a bar when your college boyfriend is there, not grandpa.
We're just focused on TCU, the Horned Frogs.
Right.
You seem like a horny frog. That's a good one. What else you got in the mixed bag?
Let's go ahead and boost our spirits. There was a order of operations and a hierarchy when Bill Belichick was the man as the New England Patriots, but now with the Miami Dolphins, there is another hierarchy as well, and that is on the defensive line. Zach Sealer, of course.
Sealer it on up.
The main man there. We know he's the man, but it's good to hear that incoming rookie Kenneth Grant, KG, Kenny G, feels the same way.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a different because my thinking in college, my coach in college taught me to think about everybody else's sacrifices, and my team is his mom, what his mom did to get here. So it's the same way. I know Zach want to feed his kids, his wife, his whole family and things like that. So he's got to be able to count on me and trust me, and I want to do that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if Zach Sealer wasn't a rich defensive lineman, though, he could still go hunt and feed his kids. You think Zach ever gets really upset if Mrs. Sealer goes out there and does meal box?
Oh,
you got meat sent to our house? I'll go kill some. She goes, honey, I'm tired of eating python. You just keep bringing back python from the Everglades.
Honey, I'm over elk. I cannot have elk anymore.
I'm just sick of it. I just wanted to do shrimp tacos.
Please.
He goes, it's not that season. You think Zach Sealer's ever used the tickle stick? Get himself a lobster?
Really? He doesn't like the name of it, so no. He's like, I'm not using this.
He's just bow hunting
underwater.
I was talking to this fighter last week whose nickname is the kick-ass country boy.
Oh,
that's his nickname, and he's actually from Davie. His name's Ryan Main. He's from Davie, but he's lived up in Central Florida for 5 years.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hobbies? He's like, bow hunting. I'm like, that's about right.
Damn.
That's
not
right.
easy.
He goes, I just used to do regular rifle hunting.
Yeah.
He's like, but now I'm really into bow hunting. Which
it makes you feel like more of a man.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's harder than just a gun, I would imagine.
From what I've seen, it's even hard to get the arrow back.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is too much.
Unless you're Robbie, of course, who
used to do archery on the farm.
Who shoots tippy-toe threes.
This guy. Sure.
Dude, we went and shot bow and arrows and with the swinging balls and whatever in the
he was so good.
And he hit it twice.
But he had a wind up like Hideo Nomo for the bow and arrow. It was very strange.
Really?
Yeah.
And it did go straight. It went like this.
Yeah, it was like a change up. It was crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no. Well, when I was a kid, I had a bow and arrow on the farm, right? And so I used to take it and shoot it. And why are you shaking your head? I swear to God, why would I make this up?
I've never heard this before. Leroy, you've been with this man for quite
My
some
father
time.
got so mad at me.
Can I just tell you?
It just changes every time.
I've never heard the bow and arrow story.
That's what I'm
That's what I'm glad I have a new one.
Even when we went bow and arrow shooting.
Never mentioned it, huh?
Yeah. So we used to shoot in the barn, right? There would be a barn of hay. It was just, that's where we stored it. And so a great place for target practice. Put the targets up there. Young Tobes, a young rascal, a wee lad, got a little too cute one time and decided, I'm going to shoot these in the air at the farm. And well, it landed near the fence, which was a little too close to the horses. And safe to say, Papa Toes was none too pleased about that.
You kill my
He goes,
horse.
do you know how much this horse is worth? And I'm like, no. He goes, more than your life.
Oh, God.
Keep the arrows in the barn.
Hey, you say you don't get mad at the horse when he kicks somebody in the head for changing his shoes.
Wow.
You know what you say? You go, he's a horse. He's an animal. That's what they do. Well, I'm a kid. That's what I do. Shoot bow and arrows in the air.
The Steelers are like, hey, would you? He's like, honey, I picked up some subs. He goes, I mean, I guess we didn't hunt it. I guess it's fine for today. She goes, it's pub subs. It's fine. I killed perfectly good moose. It's in the freezer. Could have made a moose sub.
Can I just tell you?
Moose soup every night.
When we went up to Canada, my mother-in-law's brother, that's all they eat is what they hunt.
Oh yeah. That's how this
And-
that's the sealer way. That's the way that they should be.
And this man brought in about 10 pounds of moose and said, I got dinner for you guys for the next couple of days. I'm like, we ain't gonna eat this crap. What do you like? We city folk. Can't you just be bringing up moose and different animals?
I don't know what this means, but I feel like moose taste gamey. I don't know. I just heard someone describe it.
Here, let me tell you what gamey is. Do you like rack of lamb?
I don't even know what that
Rack
is.
of lamb, like the lamb that like stands up with the bone.
Yeah.
Pat it.
And you
It's
eat
okay.
it with mint.
I won't do that. I won't do that.
jelly or whatever.
Yeah, I know people do that, but I won't do that.
That has a like a gamey taste, like almost, I won't say sour, but it's like, yes, and so you know that taste right away. And there's a lot of animals that when you cook it and prepare it, it has that taste. And what I would always say is, why am I putting my taste buds through this? There's a whole lot of options, right? There's a ton of options. I don't have to go head on and terrify my taste buds with this.
Schmeathan says, anybody shocked that there's a food that Tobin wants to eat, won't eat? Just the mint. I will eat the food, Schmeathan, just not the trimming.
Because I know people that grill lamb and they love it. And I'm like, it has like Dave South, tell me, it has like that sour, like when you eat it, it almost tastes like it's spoiled.
It says gamey taste. This is gross. Describe as strong, musky, earthy, and sometimes metallic flavor.
All right.
Why would I want that?
It tastes it. You know what? When you eat something and they say it's gamey, you immediately think, oh, this is bad. Like it's not, like it's spoiled.
Right. What else you got in the mixed bag, Marcos?
I don't know how to say his name.
What?
So he's gonna teach you.
Yeah, so this is an easy way to put it. I guess when you say Hawaii, you can switch the W with a V and the H with an S. So you can say Savai and then Naya. The last 4 digits would be Naya. So Savai Naya.
Savai Naya.
So that's Jonah Savaitinaya pronouncing his name.
Savai Naya.
I think you're. Wait, what did you just do?
Savai Naya.
Wait, why you make it a Z?
Yeah, you made it a Z. It's just Savaitinaya.
Savai Naya.
It's easy enough.
Savi.
But nobody was getting it right at the draft. They're like Savaitinaya. I'm like, no, I don't think that's how it is. Savaitinaya.
Wow. Well, if we already didn't have complicated names, there you go.
To is like, see me with this. I got an N pronunciation of my name with no N. How about that?
Well, Mr. Savaitinaya. Okay.
Yep.
Had a rude awakening upon entering South Florida. Said he knew he was in Miami by one specific way.
Oh, yeah. Right when I landed here in Miami, the drive, the airport to here, it was like traffic already. I was like, damn, this traffic is already bad. But so I got used to that. But, I got to the team hotel. And then when I stepped in the facility, and that's where I see a lot of, older guys and all these coaches like Coach Mike McDaniels that I used to see on TV. Now that I, get to be under them, man, it's an honor and it's a privilege and it's a blessing just being here. So it's fun.
Well, yep. That is the first taste you get down here, Jonah, is traffic and hot.
That's not even, listen, he didn't even get that traffic.
Yeah, he's lucky the facility's right before the Glades.
He got beginner's traffic.
Yeah.
But I will say this, he may have had to take that trip, right, on the 826. I don't know how he got from the airport. If he got on the 826 and he talking about traffic, I would just say, welcome to Miami.
Tough. Excited, though. He's like, I'm like McDaniel. Tiny.
Baby.
I mean, but isn't anybody tiny next to him?
Yeah, he's
big.
He's a moose. He's a moose. All right. Anything else in the mixed bag, or is that it for us, Marcos?
As we reported earlier, Jason Tatum had a successful surgery on a ruptured Achilles.
They already declared it successful?
He had surgery right away, so that means that They knew what it was right away and scheduled surgery.
Yeah, I declared it successful.
Okay. I guess that's good news.
Broke the news here, but the initial reaction from Joe Mazzulla was very sad.
Obviously, you're always worried about someone's health, so the fact that he had to be carried off, like you said, he's the type of guy that when he gets right up, so he didn't, and we'll know tomorrow exactly what it is, but it's tough to watch a guy like him get carried off like that.
So he's not going to shout at him to get up right now.
Oh yeah, that was funny, right?
Get up! Fuck the medical trainer.
The only thing that was really weird about it, and this is why I had questions, is I've never seen an Achilles tear with pain. So that means maybe he didn't rupture it; he just tore it.
No, they said rupture.
He said ruptured, which was weird. Like, you know what I mean? Because
that's why I thought it was worse, because they said rupture, and I was like, "Oh, does that mean it's worse?" Because he wasn't. Because Dame just sat there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And when KD did it, he walked off the floor.
I'm pretty sure when it happened to Jalen Phillips, he was in a lot of pain, though. I think he when they showed that, he was like, and I think also probably you're just in like shock pain. Maybe you're just upset. He was like crying.
Let me see. Have I ever been in shock pain? Nope. Just pain.
When you look at your fingers, you're not like, it's going the wrong way.
No, dude, I showed you the rods and needles sticking out of my finger, and I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I think there's certain injuries that are just more painful. Like when you get hit in the knee and you hurt your knee, that hurts. That hurts. When you break a rib, that hurts because you can't isolate a rib injury. So yeah, but when I broke my toe, I thought at the time it would have been better to just cut my foot off.
So glad.
That's how bad it hurt.
We'll take a break. Get to these Pat Riley comments from his press conference the other day.
We're still going?
Yeah, we didn't get to maybe the most interesting thing that he had to say. That's next.
Okay.
Midday
Throw your hands in the air right now, man.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory like the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. And remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. Panthers are back at it tonight against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Game 5. Series even at 2 games apiece. 7 o'clock is your puck drop. What did Galen want? What was he bothering you over there for?
He is telling me that it's amazing to see that I've beat science, and it is commendable.
He didn't say that.
No, he was just checking on me. He said that I sounded like crap, and he wanted to see if everything was okay.
All right. Got some fight news yesterday. Ooh. Islam Makhachev has vacated his lightweight title. And so Ilia Topuria will fight Charles Oliveira for the lightweight title.
That'd be a good fight.
28th.
That is a good fight.
Islam is moving up to the welterweight division to fight Jack Della Maddelena at a date to be determined. I'm a little bummed.
Oh, why?
I want to see. I want to see Islam Makhachev. Makhachev just moved up to see if he could win the lightweight title. I want to see him against the lightweight champion. Everybody's just dropping their belts. I want to go over here. I want to go over here. No, I want to go over here. And I get it. Okay,
the money thing.
Islam has defended his belt 4 times. It's a good amount. It's all, but everybody's just hopping willy nilly.
Is it a money thing?
Is it a money thing?
Is it the fight? The next fight will, like
there's no way. Look, respect. I like Jack Della Maddelena. Leroy, there's no shot in earth that him fighting Jack Della Maddelena for a second championship is a bigger fight than him fighting Topuria. It's just not. And it's neither of these fights are bad fights. They're good fights. They're good competitive fights. But bigger fights, Topuria might be their youngest upcoming star that they got on the verge of superstardom. I'd like him to take on Islam Makhachev.
You want to talk about, fixed. What if they gave him a little bump in money to move up so their young star could have the title?
Nah, don't buy it.
Okay.
No, he's been talking about moving up. Everybody wants to move up. Topuria moved up. He was he was the featherweight champion. I want to go be the lightweight champion. It's like, does anybody just want to stick around?
No, it's hard for a grown ass man to be 120-some pounds.
Sorry, that's the profession. That's the profession. It comes with the goosies. You want to stick there and you want to defend your belt. You don't ever bitches about it. Max Holloway, he did it one time after 9 defenses. Maybe it wasn't that many defenses, but it was a bunch of defenses. And then he finally I'm going to take it one chance at 155. They're like, all right, we'll let you.
They're all
Volkanovski, same thing. He beat Max Holloway 3 times. They're like, hey, can I try and move up? And so he tried to move up. He didn't work out, but you want to know what else he did? He went back down and defended his belt.
Yeah.
Now everybody's just dropping their belts left and right. I don't like it. And this whole double champ thing, they're not even double champs anymore because they got to drop their belts. They're like, we're not going to let you keep the belt. The only person right now who gets to keep their belt and not fight is John Jones. Everybody else is like, nah, you got to drop your belt. Sorry. What the hell is going on here? Just confused. I don't know. Saw that yesterday. I was like, so the biggest fight they can make right now is John Jones versus Tom Aspinall, but the second one is Makhachev versus Topuria. He moved up to make this fight, and Islam's like, no, I'm not gonna be there. It's like
in the fight game, it has there's always a backstory to it, right? It's never just as simple as you're saying it. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the backstory. Why won't he fight that fight if that'll be a bigger fight?
Because he doesn't want to make the weight anymore.
Okay, so there it is. That's a hard thing to
make the weight. That welterweight champion.
That, my friend, is hilarious coming from you.
I'm not a professional fighter, Leroy.
So
defend your championship. Defend your championship.
Neither of these guys talk about people that don't want to lose weight.
It's not. Look, I know what you're doing is cute, and it's an easy fat shame joke to make. But honestly, uphold your division. We're hopping all over the place like frogs, and it's like, hey, somebody stick in their division and defend their belt. How about that?
They're all just running from Patty the Batty. That's my opinion.
Maybe
they're scared.
It's like now he's like, dude, he diced through Charles Oliveira, which nobody does.
Ribbit.
And now I got to sit here and it's like, all right, Charles Oliveira's a great fight. It's never not going to be a good fight with Charles Oliveira. Yeah. Of course, it's a great fight.
Now, question. I'm going to ask you this question. Is it because you want to see that fight or you genuinely think that would be a better fight?
Leroy, everybody was like, oh, okay. All right, he's going.
I'm just asking. You ain't got to you're getting all defensive there, buddy. You ain't got to calm down.
Defensive. I'm not going to. You're fat shaming me in the middle of my argument.
I'm not shaming you.
Fat shaming. No, you didn't change it all. You're not a changed man. I think you're worse.
I did not fat shame you.
You fat shame.
I'm just saying.
Kind of did.
I'm just saying. You yelling at somebody because they're tired of dropping weight seems hilarious.
I don't want to drop the weight anymore. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I guess you didn't know that was part of the profession of being a UFC fighter.
Not if you can just move up.
You're crazy.
They got weight classes for a reason.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll stand by what I said. What division was he in? The 135 division?
Topuria was at 145.
145.
All right. Got the belt. He's like, I'm going up to 155. I'm like, all right, fine. I mean, you were like 45 champion for like 2 seconds, but okay. I'll bite. You say it's too hard? Fine. Islam, he's like, oh, now it's so hard for me to make 170. What? Does anybody want to make the good fights?
No, but it's hard losing weight like that.
It's hard fighting in general. They gotta go they make a living punching each other in the face.
So, it's not like going in there dehydrated and seeing spots because you drop so much weight.
Please.
That's the part of this I don't understand. Why are you getting so mad at people that are tired of dropping all that weight?
Because it happens. People get tired. You know who else got tired of dropping the weight? Max Holloway. Oh, I'd love to be a 155. I was like, nah, Max, didn't work out for you because I guess I got to go back to 145. Topuria tweeted out on June 28th, another dream will come true. I'll be champion of the lightweight division. Charles, my apologies in advance. I'm just fighting for my dreams. It's unfortunate that Makhachev ran away. He just called you scared, Makhachev. Give up your belt. How about that? Fought so hard for it, too.
So what if Makhachev wins the next belt and then drops back down to fight for the other belt?
Yeah, smart. You know what I've always loved? People going down in weight to defend belts. That worked out great for Roy Jones. That's like that idiot TJ Dillashaw who did that. He's like, I am the 135 champion. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go be the 125 champion. I'm like, oh, you're going to go beat up smaller people? Great. Wow. Wow. Riveting. That is just like Conor McGregor moving up in weight. Shut up. Respectfully. Like, who thinks this is a good idea?
Why are you so mad about this?
Just be the sport I grew up and loved.
This is like, wait, this is the equivalent to me talking about the schedule.
It's so stupid.
Right? You remember me at the beginning of the show? This is how you are with grown-ass men not wanting to weigh 125. I don't
want to weigh in anymore. I don't want to be champion of the world. You know how many people would starve? But like, honestly, you know how many guys would be like, they would starve themselves nonstop, and they're like, but no, I don't want to do it anymore. I reached the point.
But if you get to the point where you got it to where you don't have to,
nobody's got it. None of them have gotten to that point.
Okay.
John Jones, title defense after title defense at 205. Finally, after decades and a lot of cocaine and shenanigans.
No.
It was like,
finally, after being out of the game so long, he couldn't drop all that damn weight.
No, he could have still done 205. He gained weight to get up to heavyweight.
Dude, stop.
I'm telling you, dude.
John Jones, when he went to heavyweight, he wasn't going back.
Yeah, he's not going back, but he did it. He defended his belt more than anybody.
Fair.
Anderson Silva, defense after defense. George St. Pierre, defense after defense. Kamaru Usman, defense after defense.
But wasn't the fight game different then?
But I don't like this. That's kind of my point. I don't like this.
Okay. But I'm saying the game is
boxing.
It's changed now.
It's very boxing. It's like, should I fight? It's like Chance Crawford. Should I stay in the welterweight division and fight Boots Ennis? It's like, I'll move up 3 weight classes. It's like, okay, if it's a super fight, fine.
Wait.
But there's no fight. You're not fighting anybody of that ilk. You're fighting Jack Della Maddelena, who's a nice fighter. He just put on a great performance, but he's been here for 3 seconds.
Okay. All right. But wow, I didn't think I got to tell you, Frog Boy, I did not think that we were going to get this type of anger from Tobin.
Because it's like, it's okay. They're good fights, but they're not the fight. The fight I want to see is Topuria and Makhachev. If he's going to leave, go, then fight Makhachev. No, Makhachev's like, no, I'm dropping the belt. Brr. What? Why? Why?
Why?
I don't want to make the weight anymore. Oh, okay. Sorry. I guess we don't want to break pay-per-view records anymore. What happened? I'm going to go fight this guy who's been champion for 3 seconds. Oh, awesome. Cool. Great. Who let him do that? Who let him do that? Why didn't Dana say, like, no, dude, you're the 155 champion? I can't do it anymore, Dana. You're Russian.
That's supposed to.
Yeah.
Just a bride.
Khabib didn't do it.
Nope. It's true.
Khabib didn't say, brother, you can't make weight? Soft. And I love watching Makhachev fight, dude. That fight against Dustin Poirier is one of the best title defenses I've ever seen. That was an amazing fight. I love Makhachev.
Poirier is he is famous for great fights while not winning.
Not winning title fights.
Okay.
Not winning title fights. It's not like he's Michael Chandler.
Michael Chandler.
He doesn't win title fights. If it's not a title fight, he wins.
Okay.
Anyway, that's my rant. I swear I'll get to the Pat Riley stuff next. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Cat for life feels me, man. It's like Khabib let him. Wow. Can't believe it, dude. Khabib must be losing his slip on his grip on Islam.
I showed my wife the Islam Conor McGregor fight the other day.
The Khabib Conor McGregor?
I'm sorry, yeah, the Khabib Conor McGregor fight, and how he made him tap machine, and then afterwards the brawl that ensued. Man, good times.
Those were good times. That was a crazy build-up, though.
It really was.
They really hated each other.
They really did.
Really hated each other. I told Marcos today with the Miami Heat, I feel like something's gonna happen.
Yeah, he did say that. He said that. And he felt it in his loins. I did not like that.
I said air.
Okay.
I said I feel it in the air. I feel like something's gonna happen.
Not, hey,
I don't feel it in my plums.
hey. That's something you never should say to another man. I can feel it in my loins.
I did not say that I feel it in my loins. I did not say that.
I'm almost positive.
But Pat Riley had said something. All right. And I want you guys to hear this. All right. Because he said a lot. 40 plus minutes. It's a lot.
Can I just say, here we go. That's all I'm gonna say. Because
you tell me what you think this
all
means.
right. Then don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I'm gonna give an honest assessment. Go.
Well, I think we do have to make changes. There's no doubt. There has to be some change. And so until you change the way you go about doing the things that you do to win, if you don't win, you have to go about making changes to make sure that you can win. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but change is the highest form of sanity. It's in the present moment right now. We know what we have to do. We know what we just experienced.
Let me break it down for you. Here's what Pat Riley said. The Miami Heat organization are going to be who they are. We're going to play basketball a certain way, and that's the culture or whatever you want to call it. We also acknowledge that the people that we have doing it, we have to change because we're not getting it done the way we want to. And you can do one or two things. You can change the way in which you do things, or you can find people that can do the things you want to do. Does that sound right?
I think you made it more confusing than he made it.
No, I didn't.
I think you did.
No, I didn't.
I think you did.
Okay,
here. You stirred up something that was already mixed up.
Let me use a different example.
You took a blizzard and put it back on the blender.
Let me use a different example.
Love the blizzard.
The Boston Celtics say we're going to shoot threes, right? This is what we do. This is what we're going to be. They have acknowledged the fact that they are a three-point shooting team. So when they get bounced, they might look at trading or changing a couple of players to get what? Better shooters. They're not going to change who they are. They're just going to get guys that shoot better. Does that make sense?
They're going to get guys that shoot better than they do?
Or just a couple of guys. They're going to make changes. They ain't going to roll with the same team.
I think they're going to make changes because they're too expensive. That's why they're going to make changes.
Well, that too. We're just talking about the basic stuff. We're not going into that.
You don't think
that's what Pat Riley's saying. We're not going to change how we're going to play. We're going to change who plays.
Because I heard that and I was like, he's up to something.
No, that's like when he says change, I knew exactly what he meant. That meant that they're not going to change their identity. They're going to change the people. They're going to change the people to identify with what they do.
Right, but this team in particular didn't have an identity other than
and that's why you got to make some changes.
So you got like a clean slate. But like I hear that, and to me, when he starts doing the verbal jujitsu, Pat's up to something, and that's why I feel like something is going to happen, Margo.
Well, you knew he was going to be up to something regardless.
Yeah.
Sometimes because everybody's saying he's sleepy Pat, he's not up to anything. He doesn't want to make any moves. They're just happy being under the luxury tax. They'll cut Duncan Robinson. They'll run it back. Pella will get more minutes, and that's going to be that.
Can I just say?
That, and I was like,
I'm stunned at how Duncan Robinson is treated.
Yeah,
like
well,
he is an elite shooter,
Mm-hmm.
and
Gotten better too.
you can get him right. His all-around game has gotten better, and
his back might be cooked though.
Oh no,
you think?
It might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it might be. It might be.
And that honestly, even if it's not like officially done, this is the beginning. Like no one ever really recovers.
I mean, he did get into the league as like a 27-year-old.
He's old. You saying he's
No,
old?
he's 27 now.
No, he's not. I think what is Duncan? He's 31.
He's that old?
He is 31. Yeah.
Wow.
I know that roster, Leroy. It's been around a while.
Pretty good.
I mean, dude, he had to go to Leroy. He had to go to a Division III school before Michigan.
Oof.
It was a journey for that man.
Yeah.
And by the way, earned that $90 million.
Yep.
Earned it.
Yeah.
But it was a journey. It took he took the scenic route to get here.
He's a poster child for like undrafted players that want to make it.
Well, it's certainly not Max Strus after last night. that's the facts, dude.
The Strus juice glass is empty.
You don't, but like, I felt like my big thing with Riley was, I think the Damian Lillard thing shook this thing to the core, right?
Yeah.
Because they thought they had that in the bag.
I mean, we
did get robbed, but the agent got a little too cute, got a little too froggy, and the Heat kind of liked it. They liked to bully, and it blew up in their face, Wile E. Coyote style. Now I feel like they don't want to be in any rumor. I think they want to pounce in secrecy. So that's why you have him saying that the highest form of sanity is change. It cuts deep, right? It cuts deep.
For sure.
Anybody can say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again
Hear that all
and
the
getting
time.
the same result. That's what anybody says.
All the time.
But Pat's telling you, how do we get sane?
Yeah.
Change.
Because right now we're insane.
Mm-hmm.
In the membrane.
Marcos, stop.
That's fair. That is fair.
Tobin
-1.
don't need to stay hydrated.
No, I'm just telling. Like he makes a great point though. Like it's one of these things where we cannot say, and also quite frankly,
Well, we knew. Wait, we didn't need Pat Riley to say that to know that there were going to be some changes. We knew damn well they weren't running it back. So, he's basically confirming something that we already knew had to happen.
I think. Oh, look, you're gonna know already one way or another, right? Like, because let's just say the whole ordeal with Durant happens again. Well, they already touched base on it back at the trade deadline because there was some talks out to the Heat. How close were they to Durant with it? But they had to know one way or another. Like, hey, does Durant want to come here? I'm sure. Tap back into that. We know with the Giannis thing, easy call. Call Bam's agent. Hey, what about this other guy? How interested would he be? So you're going to have some inroads there. And I think you usually go into the summer already knowing. Like, you're not going to waste your time on a goose chase that you got no shot of chasing. And we got to also see what the ramifications are of this playoffs. It was a very weird playoffs. You're going to have an Eastern Conference Finals people didn't expect. So what does that mean for everybody else? Is everybody else satisfied with where they're at? That's why change is the highest form of sanity, dude.
Words that would never normally come out of your mouth for 200.
Well, first they came out of Pat Riley's. I'm not being a plagiarist.
No, we know.
You know,
that's not a Tobin phrase.
There's no doubt there has to be some change. And so until you change the way you go about doing the things that you do to win, if you don't win, you have to go about making changes to make sure that you can win. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but change is the highest form of sanity. It's in the present moment right now. We know what we have to do. We know what we just experienced.
Sounds even deeper now.
Right, exactly. You see, like once you go through the maze once, now you have the directions of the labyrinth.
Ooh.
You're on a clear path.
Yeah.
No matter how many twists and turns there are.
That's the thing. If there are twists and turns, even though you had a plan, If you change, highest form of sanity.
Exactly. Wow. And that's why I feel it in the air, Marcos.
Thank God, because you was going to talk about your loins.
No, I wasn't talking about my loins. Like I said, I feel it in the air.
Didn't understand that.
Can you guys stop? We know that we didn't need Pat Riley to say that to know there was going to be change.
Yeah, but sometimes he does this whole running back.
Now, I will say this. Sometimes he says that to get you ready for big change.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Ooh, Leroy gets it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I get it. Listen, if there's one guy that we know for a fact that's not afraid to trade anybody, it's Pat Riley.
Something up his sleeve. He's got something up his sleeve. He knows how hurt we are from the Dame situation, and he wouldn't bring something up unless he had something up his sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't getting Dame.
Nah, no one
He's
wants
got
Dame.
a torn Achilles. Why would you
That's what I'm
trade for him?
Blood clots, too. You can't even, that just doesn't go away. It's only a couple options.
He definitely left you. He definitely left it though with and then remember he had the whole frog thing too.
That was.
He was trying to make. He's like, we're not gonna run it back. Ribbit.
I was
like, what?
That was good.
I'm sorry, ribbit. That's what I say every night. A ribbit.
Like a Cuban tree frog every night.
Ribbit.
Take a break. A little rats off a ship is next.
Ribbit.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. I'm taking the Mets on the run line tonight over the Pirates. Kodai Senga on the mound for the Mets, and he's been one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. He enters the game 4-2 with a 1.16 ERA. For Pittsburgh, it'll be Mitch Keller.
Jennifer has been
Thank
having
you.
Wi-Fi issues, so I muted myself, and I needed to unmute. It's my fault.
Oh,
Thank
you. It's not like we got you doing other stuff during the breaks or anything like that.
Strange, right?
You know. What do you got today, Jennifer, for rats off a ship?
Well, besides sass, thank you.
It wasn't sass at you.
No.
I don't think you read what I said correctly there.
I don't know. It was a little.
Any opportunity to fight this one?
Well, I mean, she does have a shirt that looked like it lost a match to to bleach.
She's sleeveless too.
Oh yeah.
It's a band shirt. I'm sorry. Okay. First off, we have kangaroos.
What? Okay, hold on.
We're a big fan of animals here.
Yep.
Yeah.
However, I may be rethinking everything.
What?
There was a man in South Carolina who was recently killed.
What?
Via a blunt force of trauma at a kangaroo petting zoo.
What?
Tobin, be careful because I know you love your zoos.
What?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So okay.
All right. Well, that's very unfortunate. I'm sorry for what happened to that man and getting killed by blunt force kangaroo trauma. But I'm not rats off a ship. That wouldn't happen to me.
Oh,
if I was around the kangaroo,
There you go. Thinking you're Mr. Invincible.
we would be friends. Okay.
Friends.
I think if I was, because some people don't know how to approach animals. They don't know their temperament. They don't know how to be around them. And that wouldn't happen to me. So
how would you approach one?
I would just be like, here, boy.
Okay.
And I scratch him behind the ear.
Yeah.
And then he'd like put me in his pouch. And then we'd
You'd go in the pouch?
Oh, of course. Who wouldn't want to be in a kangaroo pouch?
Are you allowed to do that at a zoo?
Dude, if he puts me in his pouch, that's consent.
You know what the kangaroo the kangaroo would say? You're a grown ass kangaroo. Get your ass out of here.
Carry
No,
yourself.
we would be friends.
You know what? I don't think so. I
think so. That wouldn't happen to me. I would never be killed by a kangaroo.
I mean, I hope not.
Really? Even that swole kangaroo?
No, because we would be friends.
See, let me tell you something. Marcos,
Yeah.
typical intangible, think he could be friends with the animals.
Yeah, it's questionable activity.
Typical male who thinks you're invincible.
No, I don't.
What about
I scream like a girl over a garden snake. I am not admitting to any of that.
It happened in an enclosure with wallabies and kangaroos of varying ages. Okay,
What
so
did the man do?
if he
Probably tried to get in the pouch. Hey, Bubba, watch this. I'm gonna get in this pouch.
Maybe he was trying to be friends with the kangaroo too.
I'm gonna be a Joey.
Yep. That sounds like something you would do, Tobin.
Yeah, but if you got to approach right, like you can't go baby kangaroo first. You got to get respect to the adults. Okay, that's how it works. If you go to a baby kangaroo first, they're gonna be like, "Hey, he's a threat to my baby."
Yeah.
So you got to go to the big kangaroos first.
Okay, Steve Irwin, you fully understand animals.
I
You know
know-
what? That's why intangibles always get caught up messing with it.
We don't know
Come
that
on,
he was
dude.
intangible. We don't know that he was intangible. We don't know.
What?
That. We don't know.
Guarantee it.
We don't know.
How
You
much you
don't
want
know
to
that
bet
he's
on it?
intangible.
How much you want to bet on it?
I don't have any name on it.
I promise you.
Talking about
We don't even need to ask. Ask Twitch. Hey, Twitch, was that a black dude or intangible? Take a guess.
His name was Eric Slate.
Oh, that's so intangible.
He was Eric Slate, so he was related to the guy who owned the place.
Man, you said I picture Toby being barefoot through all this. Yep. And
Or with
Dade
his little
South.
thong,
Wait.
sandal.
Dade South. Do the male kangaroos have pouches?
I don't know.
No.
Do they not?
No.
But what about
That's like asking a male if he could breastfeed.
Nah, because that is where the mama kangaroo's nipples are. But what about if he wants to carry around stuff?
Remember, he's
not packing groceries in there.
Oh no, the zoo was owned by his brother.
Oh no.
Well, you would think he knew how to handle one of those kangaroos, and look what happened. See,
Hey!
you cannot be friends with this
They're
animal.
animals.
Exactly.
No, he was definitely the black sheep of the family and didn't know what he was
Somebody
doing.
said he ain't Latino, that's for sure. Yeah.
Eric Slate. It could go either way. We don't know these intangibles.
No, okay. We do.
We don't know that.
Black people ain't getting that close to a kangaroo, dude.
All right. Wait.
No, I'm telling you.
Wait. Hold on. I think we may have
Wait.
I think we may have I don't know if this is
There's a little situation here. Yeah.
It's maybe a Ty Jerome situation.
I want you to apologize, Leroy.
No!
Leroy?
No!
Does he have a really good tan? This is looks like he's got some seasoning on him, Leroy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. A lot of sun. A lot
Hold on, send me the picture. I'll let you know.
No, he's intangible for sure.
You think so?
Yeah,
Tan?
dude, they live in the sun.
Maybe.
This guy's red almost though.
Yeah, but so you automatically he's intangible. You know any black people get red? The only Latino I know get red is JFig.
Blake Griffin looks like he gets red in the
I
sun.
will not.
Yeah, but
deny
he's
that.
he's mixed.
Oh, he counts though. See how high he
Red
jumps?
fox.
They're still not fully blaming the kangaroo though.
What are you?
Yes, you know why?
previous
You
injury?
know why? Because the kangaroo is being a kangaroo.
We
It's
don't
the
know
W.
that.
Really? Really?
Anyway, I'm not rats off a ship. Leroy?
I'm rats off a ship. Stop messing with these animals.
Jennifer?
Why y'all got to be so crazy about this?
I'm with Leroy. I'm not messing with any
Not
animals.
so
You know,
sure.
back
Yo,
then,
wait.
maybe.
You get in the water and play with sharks.
Okay, you didn't let me finish my sentence. Maybe back then, the things I have done would say otherwise.
You
But
ain't
I'm not
about that
gonna-
life no more?
Yes and no. I'm a little bit more careful now. I have people to think about. But kangaroos, I don't know.
Dude, I don't trust nothing that could stand up on his tail
And
and
that
kick
could
me into
punch.
tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. No.
That's what scares me. They stand on their tail for a second, kind of just launch them.
Think of what kind of athlete could stand up on something other than his hands or legs and then beat the brakes off.
You got to get, but again, you got to give him
Also, that was a big dude.
you got to give him no reason to do it. You know, like that's the
Really?
thing. You guys
You
are
know what?
approaching it wrong.
You know what? Here's the reason. Man messing with nature.
Scott,
That's the reason.
Maybe the kangaroo had a bad day.
Got a little too cute.
A lot of tussling going
Yeah.
on. You don't want to
Where-
tussle with the kangaroo.
Where's your rats, frog boy?
This scared me. I'm not gonna lie to you. This scared me, so I'm gonna go ahead and say rats off a ship.
All right.
Rats off a ship.
What's number 2, Jennifer?
How do we feel about Michael Jordan joining NBA on NBC as a special correspondent?
Rats off a ship.
Rats off.
It's
that
not that we
mom
don't-
had that tone that said
There's
yes.
two things. One, just like Tom Brady, I feel like he's going to be miserable doing it. He's
What are
just
you-
he's too good. He's too good a player. He's going to be bored by it.
I feel
So
like he has a good personality.
Tom Brady has already ruined it. He's a good personality talking about himself. Second of all, like nothing's going to impress him. Let's be real about it. I already know how this is going to go. So while yes, it is a flex to NBC to give him oodles of money, I'm going to be pretty surprised if Michael Jordan is good at this.
You
So
know what
I'm
I
going
would
with
say? You know what I would like to see him? With Chuck.
Well, he won't be because Chuck will
I
be
know.
on ESPN.
I know. I think I'm not rats off a ship for this reason. It's been a long time since the documentary that we even heard Michael Jordan talk about basketball,
Mm-hmm.
right? All we've seen is his basketball decisions, and they
Which were
haven't
not
been good.
Which were not
So
good.
I would love to hear him talk about basketball. Now, here's where I'm a little nervous. I also thought I wanted to hear in LA. I also thought I wanted to hear
Magic Johnson?
Magic Johnson talk about it.
Yeah, he wasn't good at it.
He wasn't good at it at all. Just like LT wasn't good at talking about
As
football.
lovely a person as he is,
Right.
Just
No.
wasn't
This has nothing to do with kind of person you are. You shouldn't have to mention that. But I would be interested. Like, I want to hear. But here's the thing. Did we ever want to hear Tom Brady talk about football?
Mm-hmm.
We did?
Yeah, I think Tom Brady. See, I guess this will be a little bit because I think Tom Brady in interviews and stuff, he seems kind of interesting. The games he's like, you might as well be like, hey, Tom, is he watching a football game right now or paint dry? Like he's so unenthused in the booth.
Yes. Somebody said Reggie Miller is bad, but Reggie Miller has had a long run.
He has had a long run, but I don't find him. He's not my favorite. The thing that helps Reggie Miller.
Who's your favorite former player?
Doing it right now? Probably Legler. I think Legler's the best guy doing it right now.
Well, let me preface this by saying this. This is not a knock on Legler. Okay? Hall of Famer doing it. When Chuck does games, he does pretty good.
Oh, so you want who's the best guy?
Like a star doing it, because I'm trying to put everybody at the same level. You can't say Tom Brady and then go Legler.
No, I mean everybody wants to hear what Chuck has to say.
He does games though. He does games sometimes.
Barely.
He's
more of a studio guy doing games right now. I don't think there is a very good NBA guy doing games right now other than Legler. I don't think Richard Jefferson's very good. Not the biggest fan of Reggie, but here's the thing Reggie has. Reggie's got the Harlan bump.
That's good.
You work with Harlan, you're okay by me. I don't really care who's there as long as somebody was there.
You start talking about the team. Oh, what team? Harlan and him, and then you start thinking, okay, but you look at him as a team.
Stan Van Gundy's gotten a little too cool for school for my liking.
Right.
Enough of him already too. So, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, Michael Jordan. Rats off a ship. Leroy?
No, I'm not rats off a ship.
Right. Jennifer?
I'm also not rats off a ship.
Frog Boy?
It depends. I want him to trash talk everyone on the court. If he does that, I'm not rats off a ship. If he tries to give me like analysis, I'm rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
I want to be like, you see that guy?
What I really would want is like a Michael Jordan gambling segment.
Oh.
That's what we should do.
Yeah.
Just go to Michael Jordan with a cigar in his mouth and being like, this is what I'm betting tonight. You know, like how we always have Drake and Floyd Mayweather giving ridiculous betting slips?
Yep.
Do that with Michael Jordan and just be like, hey, I got a ridiculous amount on the Pacers tonight. 500 large on Indiana. And we're like, man, that's stakes tonight. MJ's got $500,000 riding on the Pacers. That's good.
That is good.
What if he took his game check every night and betted on something?
How much you think they're paying him?
Got to pay him a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Tom Brady got what, $350 million to be in the booth. He's just a correspondent. Yeah. $100 million, you think? $100 million to be the correspondent?
I think they give him.
Jordan's not moving for less than $100 million.
I agree with that.
Like, are you kidding me? What?
Yeah, but that's 10 years. He also ain't committing to nothing for 10 years.
I don't know how long the contract's for.
I say they give him just correspondence, so he's not even
20 a year.
He's not even doing games. He's doing the studio work.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's doing the studio work or if he's zooming in. I don't even know what he could be zooming in from Jupiter, Florida, for all I know. I don't know what this means.
You know, he's doing it under his terms.
Exactly, which is why I'm saying let's just have the Jordan gambling say Jordan from the golf cart. And MJ just is like, yeah, I got the over under on Miles Turner dunks tonight. I'm betting 500,000 on over 3.5 dunks. Back to you guys. It's like, whoa, man. And I feel like Miles Turner's like, I guess I'm going to dunk tonight. I don't want to disappoint MJ.
Yeah, I feel like he has influence over the game. Oh, MJ said I was going to do this. I got to do it now. The GOAT told me.
Number 3, Jennifer.
Well, Leroy, we have Rory McIlroy defending himself against Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh my God, another person's beefing with DeChambeau?
Yep, apparently they didn't talk once during the Masters.
That don't mean nothing, though, because to be honest with you, every time Tiger played golf, he didn't talk to his opponent. So that's not a big deal. Whether guys talk during when they're playing, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Most of the time they don't.
Who didn't talk to whom? Like who initiated the frostiness?
I would say Rory didn't talk to Bryson.
Oh, in that case, rats off a ship. You're not Tiger Woods. Say hello to Bryson DeChambeau. Okay, you almost choked away the Masters.
Hey,
like,
dude,
say
dude,
hello. Say good morning, Rory.
Dude. Here's how it goes. They'll like shake hands before they tee off if they tee off together, and that's it. You don't have to have dialect during the round.
Say hello.
Some guys do, some guys don't. Some guys never talk to anybody.
How are the kids? How's the wife?
Tiger didn't do it. Jack didn't do it.
He's Tiger. He's Tiger.
Jack Nicklaus
He's
didn't
not
do
Tiger.
it.
He's not Tiger. He's not Tiger. You know, get to double digits. We can talk.
Double digit what?
Majors.
You know, there's only 2 people to do that.
And you just mentioned
In
the
the
ones you can't
history
talk.
of,
That's right.
like, I don't know why.
Wait.
Wait, question.
That's the club.
Why are you like, this is like, what he just did is one of only 6 people to ever play the game to do. And you're shrugging it off like it's like go and get chips from Publix.
To not talk to somebody? Who do you think you are?
Not during the round.
And by the way, he didn't even do it at the time.
Dude, there's a lot of people, a lot of golfers that are like that. That's a normal thing.
DeChambeau didn't like it.
Nope.
Yeah.
How did he do? How did he do?
He said,
Do you want to
didn't say
hear
the words to me.
what we had to say?
Yeah, what did he say?
He said, I don't know what he was expecting. We're trying to win the Masters. He said that while laughing.
I really thinks he's something, huh? This Rory McIlroy,
dude.
He continued by saying, I'm not going to try to be his best mate out there. Everyone approaches the game in different ways. Yeah, I was focused on myself and what I needed to do, and that's really all it was.
That's why you left that Wozniacki.
It wasn't anything against him.
Tobin is Bryson DeChambeau.
That's pretty good.
Wait, right.
For
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Hmm?
Is that any different than when you foul somebody and knock them down, you don't help them up?
No, it's not. It's way different because I'm not saying he's got to talk to him the whole time. DeChambeau saying he didn't say one word to him. Say hello. Say hello.
Why?
Say good day. Say top of the morning, mate.
Oh my goodness.
What was that?
Top of the morning, mate.
Top of the morning, mate.
Did you redo?
All right. Oh, Timbo Slice, are you sick of Rory? Keep in mind, some might say that Bryson is being a phony because remember how he used to be when he got into it with Brooks and got into it with all these other golfers, and now all of a sudden he turned a new leaf and he expect everybody just to accept that?
Well, his thing is not talking. Like, didn't Koepka get annoyed by him just for being too obnoxious?
Right, for being like in your face, arrogant. Like now all of a sudden he's friendly with the fans and all this. Like
Brooks Koepka told Aaron Ekblad he was a parking cone. Like, I don't know if I'm going to take, his defense. Like, he screamed,
again,
Ekblad!
Like you,
which resulted in him, of course, getting the greatest
Here.
shout out in parade history.
Newsflash, it's very common for golfers not to talk during their round. And don't matter, and it's
Why would
not
Bryson DeChambeau say that then?
because he thinks because he turned over a new leaf that everybody should just accept it and be like him.
All right.
And everybody's different.
I get it. Sometimes I
Like
don't
Tiger
talk
never,
to him.
guess what? Tiger never talked to some of the people he was closest with during the course of a round.
He's Tiger. Different rules, dude.
No, there's a lot of golfers like that.
Different rules for Tiger.
All right.
Rats off a ship on Rory.
Okay. I'm not rats off a ship. He's one of the greatest to do it. And I enjoy watching him play because he's a little tiny guy that hits it farther than anybody, even Bryson.
You think that if they get paired up again this weekend, you think Rory's going to talk to him even more? Like he starts talking to him too much?
No, because they're going to put a twist on it because we want a story. So they're going to say, oh, Live Golf versus the keeper of the game. So
He is the keeper of the game. Like,
But
it's like a little too much of
I'm
him.
going to say this. I want the Live guys involved in the major championships because it makes the major championship better, right? You got Live guys who are winning tournaments, winning major championships, and then they get to go and make more money. Like the golf better do something about that. They can play half the time, still qualify for the majors because they won them. Once you win a major, you can play in all of them.
Oh,
and
maybe
the
it's
one you
upon,
win, you can play in forever.
Maybe it's upon the ambassador of the PGA to make relations better. Oh no, wait, never. He doesn't want to talk to anybody.
He's not the ambassador for.
He's the ambassador of golf right now, dude.
Well, you made him that.
He's totally the
He just
ambassador
is.
of golf right now.
You're going to deny Rory McIlroy is the ambassador? It's not Scotty Scheffler. He doesn't talk. Just
So wait. It's okay for Scotty Scheffler to know. Wait, hold on.
I'll tell you why.
Hold on. No, let me finish my question.
I
first.
know why he's going to tell you why.
So it's okay for the number one golfer in the world not to talk to anybody when he's golfing.
Give me you guys, here's Scotty Scheffler mic'd up. Golf. Like, I know Roy has a personality.
Oh, so just because he has more of a personality, Rory wasn't arrested. Rory didn't have to do pregame stretch in jail.
Take a break back after this.
WQAM.
Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Streaming live on the Odyssey app, AUDACY, free in your app store. Go to download that today. We got one more pair of Lee Bryce tickets to give away before the end of today's program. And we're also streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Miami 560 WQAM. Let's get to our headlines, which are brought to you by Doral Hyundai. At Doral Hyundai, choose over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory of Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. Evan Rodriguez is going to miss tonight's game.
No,
but it's okay. It's not like the the Maple Leafs. It's not like they do anything wrong. So what are you gonna do?
Is Stoller's back?
They're good boys.
Not is Stoller's back? Stoller's right?
I'm looking, Leroy. I'm not sure.
I think he practiced yesterday.
Evan Rodriguez out for tonight.
I'm gonna go ahead and report it. He's out tonight.
Do you know that?
Nope.
Then why would you say it?
I'd like to be first.
Okay. Well, he is doing much better, and he's back on the ice, apparently. 21 hours ago.
But is he
One
playing?
second, he is not ready to return.
Ooh. They've been playing. I mean, like, in fairness to them, and I know this is going to be the first thing if they lose this series, they're going to whine about Stolarz. Wall's been really good.
Not only really.
Wall's been really good for them. So I don't know. Like, I get it. He's not your starter, but
how much better
I don't know how much better he could play than Wall's been playing. Alexander Barkov, he of course was nearly taken out by a cheap rat bastard named Max Domi. This is what Barky had to say on that dirty rat hit from Domi.
So what did you think of Domi's hit at the end of Sunday's game?
I didn't see it. So, no, it's fine. It's playoff hockey, so things happen.
Look at that. We call that a no sell.
Yeah, you got a no sell from Alexander Barkov.
Didn't even see. Oh, I got hit. Didn't even feel it.
Is that what that was? Is that what that was?
Thought there was a mosquito on the ice.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. I thought I just tripped. Silly me. Oh, Max Domi hit me.
Oh,
that feather. Didn't even realize it. That's the Finnish way right there. And the other part of the Finnish way is we send Niko Mikkola after you.
Yeah.
And
The
that
polar
is
bear.
The polar bear.
That's vicious.
Tobin.
An angry bear.
You wouldn't have been able to do that like you did with that. What was that? That animal you found outside your house that morning.
Oh, the possum.
The possum.
God.
Do that to this. Yeah. You know what you say? You call somebody your own size.
That's so echoey. It's scary.
It is very scary.
Up north, man, they have those black bears.
I had put out a poll earlier today. Best way to calm down Niko Mikkola. The options were a whole fish, Coca Cola in a glass bottle, a Klondike bar, cherry icy.
Cherry icy.
Coca Cola in a glass bottle leading right now, 37% of the vote.
Hey, listen, glass bottle Coca Cola.
Do you really want a glass bottle on ice, though?
That's how they always drink it. That's how a polar bear drinks its cola.
How he does it.
No, on the ice. It's more dangerous than a polar bear.
They live on ice.
That's what they do.
You're not okay.
The Coca
He
Cola.
just, look, no, when you try to do reason to some of his comments, you're not going to just keep it moving.
I mean, they're not going to take it away because you can't give him a can of Coke, JFig, because he's got no thumbs. He's a polar bear.
Yeah, but he's got nails.
Doesn't work like that.
Nah.
Doesn't work like that.
Too thick.
You got to hold the can. That's how it works.
No thumbs.
Wait, he catches fish.
In his mouth. Paw. You'll get
Remember,
it one
you cannot reason.
He just fell into his own thing.
Wait, Jennifer, I'm familiar with his work. Hey,
there's not
Are
work.
you lashing out on me?
No, I'm saying I'm lashing on him. By the way, we've been
Do you see this?
I've been getting attacked.
You can't get it. It's a can. It doesn't work. If it was a polar bear.
Do you think?
It doesn't work, dude. Like, so
wait.
give a polar bear a can of soda.
So wait, I'm not gonna use my thumbs. Right?
We can't see. Be okay. It's already
Oh,
open.
no, you
it's already
cheated.
open.
No,
it doesn't
you
I'm
count.
gonna get. You think I can't open this without my
That's an
thumb?
empty can, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
I don't think you can.
Okay, next break.
And also, don't forget, bears don't have fingers that wrap around. They have
Yeah.
paws, dum-dum.
Pause. So you also got to keep your fingers straight.
Yeah, you have to keep your fingers straight. That's how a
Okay.
bear is.
Okay.
Good luck. Go do it.
Good luck.
No,
I'm
go
gonna
do it.
go get one.
Go do it.
Oh, he said he can do it.
Go do
Since
it.
now we're being like polar bears.
That's how the boys. That's the bet.
So they just they don't bend. They do bend. These bend.
Think they got fillets?
Yours bend.
Theirs don't bend. They do have.
Why are you so dumb?
No, 'cause
Why am I so dumb?
Why are you
Hold
so
on.
dumb? Like I'm trying to save you from yourself.
Really? I've been trying to do that for 8 years with you, and it still doesn't happen.
do polar bears
Hold on.
fingers bend?
Well, they don't have fingers. They have claws.
No, they do not have bendable fingers.
Shocking. It's like you guys have never seen a bear in your life.
Claws.
Have you seen a polar bear in your life?
Not a
Yes.
polar bear.
In front of you.
Have you ever seen it drink the can? No. In the commercial, it's always with a glass bottle. You want to know why?
Bite
Put it
this
in
up,
its
bud.
paws
Okay, let me ask you a question, dumbass. How the hell did he get it open?
with its teeth.
So why can't he do that with the can?
Because a can delivery like this is much different than a bottle where
Okay.
you
Okay. Okay.
open that thing up like some
I'm gonna be a
sarsaparilla.
polar bear. The next segment, I'm gonna be a damn polar bear, and I'm gonna open up a can of Celsius.
This is good.
Okay. I think we should.
What do you think? You think so? Let me.
No, I'll see. We'll see if you can do it.
Your ass was hiding in the can. You think a bear wouldn't open
I
that
guess-
can?
Tell you what, you do it. I'll get you I'll give you a case of whatever flavor you want. I'll get you a case of Playa if you can do it.
Okay. So all I have to do is not use thumbs and not bend.
Not use thumbs, not bend.
Okay.
Okay, them's the rules.
Technically, hold on, wait 1 second. What are you doing, Marcos? Technically, Leroy kind of identifies as a polar bear because his thumbs don't work.
Nah, they don't bend from right here, but they bend from right here.
They
Also-
sort of don't bend.
How is he gonna
Yeah.
open the can? He can't hold the can. You know, you gotta. He can't do that. So it has to be like right here. He has
The
to
glass
flip it.
bottle does take
Hey,
that.
we'll see how he can do it. I'll gladly be wrong if he can do it.
Marcos, you first of all, until you fix your foot, you are out of conversations about how to do things because you ain't even taking care of yourself.
Beat science again.
Let's hear a little bit more from Alexander Barkov. This is what he thought the Panthers did in Game 4 to get back to their style.
Oh, just same mindset. Obviously, every game is going to be different, and now we're on the road, so obviously, I have to bring a lot of those good things on the road as well. But just one game at a time. That's how we've been whole year, and get a good start. We need a good start.
Did it help you guys to have the back-to-back days off between games? I know you've been playing pretty much every other day throughout. Did it help to have those 2 days of rest?
Yeah, it's same for both teams. So, but yeah, of course, you need some rest. Like every game is really tough, really hard. So, it's good that we got a couple days of rest.
That Plagan's got some pipes on him, huh?
Yeah,
got some pipes.
He's good.
He's good. Hear him tonight, WQAM, Game 5, Panthers, Maple Leafs.
It's good.
Take a break.
That's
Take
how
a
I'm
break.
opening that can.
We'll see if Leroy can open a can of Celsius like a polar bear next.
is how we do it. This is how we do it.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. We got breakdowns being sent during the break from Dade South of a bear trying to open a can, which, by the way, Dade South, you sent me a video that has no video of the bear opening the can whatsoever. Only just
Why are you trying to
Billy Jane, who's like, he likes eating out of the can. I'm like, well, and he does it with his teeth. And I would tell you, okay, I'll see that. Maybe. I don't really understand how a bear would do that, but let's just say theoretically that's going to happen. I don't think Leroy's going to be able to bite through the can like a polar bear. So
I'm going to open the top.
Let's see. Let's put your paws up. I want to see the hands up.
Paws up.
Bear paws up. Where's the can? Where is it?
Here.
Okay.
Well, let me see the top of the can.
Let me see the top of the can. Okay.
There you go. Okay.
All right. Let's see. He's got.
Oh!
He's gonna lose it.
Oh my God! He's gonna spill that on his pants. No way. No. Wait, let me see.
It's open.
Let me see.
Let me see
that can.
Hold on. I need to drink more.
I'm not sure. I think he did a switcheroo.
No, I didn't. The thing is that Leroy doesn't know where the camera is. Okay, you can't blame him for that.
That's not open, dude.
That's not open, dude.
That's not open.
But look at him now. It's
ridiculous.
Okay.
I got it. I'm drinking delicious Celsius. I was just doing that to let you know I was getting some Celsius in my mouth.
Whoa! Nice. He's chugging it like it. Leroy, you're gonna be super energized today. Don't forget that this is still.
Hey,
I'm setting this to Celsius.
Hey, apologize.
Hey.
He did it fairly quick too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I apologize. You're part polar bear. Oh, that was so worth it.
See that? Now, I will say this. It's a 50-50 chance the polar bear could do it. Here's why. See that?
Yeah.
When I did it with my teeth, it came off.
Wait 1 second. Can you
the
put
top
that
the
better?
top came off. And it's open, but it's not fully open like this. It's only open part away. See?
Oh, I don't know if that's even open.
It's open. I'm drinking it.
Wait, he drank it.
I drank it.
Yeah, there was liquid coming out of it.
It wasn't like
Purpose of this.
Again though, but like a polar bear wouldn't be enjoying that drink. It would be coming in like a hummingbird. Like that's why it wants a glass bottle better. But you did do it. I'll give you props.
That wasn't the question.
Wait,
now you're saying whether the polar bear would enjoy it?
Yeah, you want the polar bear in the commercial always has to be like.
Harvey Richard said the human race downgraded after this show today. I'm like, it's no different than when the rednecks go and wrestle alligators and get chewed up. This didn't harm any animals.
This show loves
Just for
to
sleep.
Just your pride.
It harmed your pride. My pride is great.
If you think
What
I came
flavor
out
is
of,
that, Leroy?
if you think I came out of this
Cola.
segment, if you think I came out of this segment the loser, you are sorely mistaken.
Why are you calling Leroy a loser?
I'll say in the next.
I did it.
That's already going to be on Twitter.
I did it. You said I couldn't do
Look,
it.
he even
Very proud
his
of you.
sweatshirt is wet.
Yeah. Well, listen. I didn't. As a polar bear, I did have trouble lining up the hole with my mouth.
Okay.
See the snout of a polar bear though, much longer.
No. Too late. You said I couldn't do it.
Smeaton says you won the war, but lost the battle.
Did I or did I not?
I think
Open
you
the
did an
can
amazing
without
job.
using fingers.
I mean, you did it, but you look like an idiot.
No, you looked
Okay.
amazing.
No. That wasn't the question. I knew I was going to look like a damn fool doing it. But to
I'm
prove
done.
you wrong, and you admitted you were wrong, yeah, it can be done.
Did you chip a tooth?
No. I wouldn't think I'm Crowder.
You're right. Crowder would have lost a tooth. Then
Oh,
possibly
man.
drank it.
Nah, this show's too tough.
Tough.
Really? As you limp around the studio.
Which is
limping.
ahead of schedule.
If you want to go to a place to watch country music artist Lee Bryce, he's coming to War Memorial Auditorium in Fort Lauderdale this September. They call him the Polar Bear of country music.
Well,
Do they?
Yeah. If you guys want to go, I got a pair of tickets for you right now. Caller number 4 to 305-567-0560. Caller 4 to 305-567-0560 will win a pair of tickets to see Lee Bryce at War Memorial Auditorium in Fort Lauderdale this September. It's a Live Nation show, but if you guys want to go, caller 4 right now to 305-567-0560. We'll take a break. Final segment coming on up back after this.
The Panthers here.
This is Sasha Barkov of the Florida Panthers. Listen to our games here.
With the series tied at 2 games apiece, the Panthers are in Toronto for pivotal Game 5 tonight. Listen to the game here. Pre-game show at 6:30. Puck drop at 7. This is the home of the Panthers. AM 560 Sports WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app. Our Panthers broadcast is sponsored by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Complicated insurance? Not with Univista. Get a quote, choose, and get covered in minutes. Call now at 305-964-8802.
Univista Insurance. Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Looking for a premium smoke? Then welcome to the world of Al Capone cigars, where we're keeping it real. Using only premium natural leaf wrappers, Al Capones are hand-rolled for a unique look and smooth flavor. From mellow to bold to the rich flavor of sweet cognac. Al Capone cigars stand out. Elevate your style with Al Capone My Way. Find us at alcaponecigar.com. That's alcaponecigar.com.
With Employee Pricing Plus, you pay what we pay at Miami Lakes Auto Mall. Get a brand new 2025 Jeep Compass for just $374 per month for 39 months with $39.99 due in signing at Miami Lakes Chrysler Jeep.Ram.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is an important message about your health and your future health. You know, when the world around you feels uncertain, one thing matters most, that's putting your health first. One of the biggest knocks on our healthcare system is that it's reactive and not proactive, and it's time for you to get proactive with your health, and that starts with calling Life Imaging FLA, because what they try to do is detect signs of cancer or heart disease before you're showing symptoms, using only a fraction of the radiation of most CT scanners. Now more than ever, taking care of yourself isn't just important, it's essential. Challenging times call for powerful choices. Choosing to know what's happening inside your body before you're showing symptoms is one of the most important decisions you can make. Life Imaging FLA has 3 convenient locations: Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. Call Life Imaging FLA for that free heart scan now with just a few minimum requirements. From your cell phone, call pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. Pound 250 and say free heart scan.
The peace lily is so last year. Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small.
I don't love you no more.
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 QAM. Take your rascals up until 2 here on the program. How are we feeling tonight, Leroy? What are you doing for your game setup tonight?
I'm going to go get a little PT. I think I might get some
PT
wings or something. Fill up my cooler with beverages, eat my wings, and then go sit in the jacuzzi.
Wings. What time you getting wings? You know, I'm right there. Like me, maybe we have a little drink. You know, while you wait for your wings.
I ain't got time to help you down the driveway.
I'll walk over there. No problem.
Scoot.
He'll crawl.
Dude, can you wear a boot?
I'm past the boot stage.
No, you're not.
Not past
I'm telling you, you're not.
So healthy now.
You need some non-weight bearing for a couple of weeks so it can have a chance to heal. Yeah, so it'll have a chance to heal properly.
Oh,
you can't heal properly with everything moving around and you put weight on it.
Just rub a little dirt on it.
Okay, dumbass. Go ahead.
Our Dolphin schedule has leaked, and I don't know how I feel about it.
You know you want to go through it.
I'm gonna save for tomorrow, though. Save for tomorrow.
No, you're not.
A lot of gotta tell you, a lot of primetime games. Don't know how I feel about that.
Which is like, why now? Well, there was a time where we were like the greatest show
I
on.
don't like those.
Earth, and
I don't know. These primetime games have bit us in the ass recently.
You know what's amazing? We have no idea what this team's going to look like when the season starts.
I know how it's going to look in primetime, dude.
No, you don't know. You don't know how. You have no idea because you don't know who's going to be here, who's not.
I know who's going to be here.
Who's going to be here?
Tua.
Okay. Who's going to play wide receiver?
Jalen Waddle.
Who's going to play
Malik
cornerback?
Washington. Storm Duck. Kato Kohu.
Do
maybe
you
Cam
think?
Smith.
There, real quick. You think the Dolphins need like a Rondé Gasson type receiver? I'm saying as far as the size, not probably a little faster, but you know what I'm saying. Because I'm telling you, dude, I don't know how many times I lost my mind last year.
They got that with
throwing a fade to a garden gnome.
NWI though is not small. They got him in from Tennessee. Nick Westbrook-Akine.
Oh yeah, he's good.
He had 9 touchdowns last year. 6'2".
That's right.
Okay.
He's not 5'9".
Is he related to NWA?
No.
Don't get him mad.
No, he's not. And then maybe Taj Washington, coming off the injury as a rookie. Lincoln Riley really liked him. It was his favorite player. I don't know how tall he is, though. I think he's like 5'11", 6 foot. Again, he's not 5'9".
All right.
The rule has to be
you know what I mean. And I like the fact they got some bruisers, but I think from the top, before it even gets down to the players, the mindset has to change. How are you going to do things?
I'll tell you one thing, though. I think we're opening up with the Colts. Kenny G, don't forget what that team did when the Dolphins took you, okay? That entire Colts front office jumped up in celebration because they were going to get Tyler Warren. Oh. Remember that feeling.
Remember that.
They thought it was celebratory worthy that the Dolphins
I thought Tyler Warren was going to go before Loveland.
Just don't forget what that feels like, Kenny G. All right? That's what I want you to hold on to.
Speaking of polar bears, Tyler Warren is a polar bear, by the way.
Well, we'll see. We don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Speaking of polar bears, though, Paul Maurice, he's a thoughtful polar bear. Okay. He had some thoughts
There's
on...
nothing about Paul Maurice that says, I'm going to get my ass kicked.
Paul Maurice is very feisty when he wants to be. And he explained why he loves Alexander Barkov as we head into Game 5 tonight.
It made the video, too, because we had to enjoy that. That and when he takes a penalty. That's usually a really good one. We catch him on that. He is just so very, very consistent on right decisions. And he is egoless. I don't even know if I have that word right. Because I think elite players have to have a belief in themselves and a confidence in themselves. Why would you push yourself that hard if you didn't think you could get better or be elite? But he won't make a play to try to generate something almost for him. There's no cheat in the game. He hasn't cheated for a play or a point in his life. It's just not who he is. When he's your captain, then everybody has to kind of follow that model.
Sweet Prince of Hockey. Yeah, he won't celebrate. He won't celebrate real goals. He will not celebrate. He hates empty netters.
Can't cheat the game. You know what they say.
Cheating yourself. That's what Alexander Barkov lives by. Sasha. This was Paul Maurice after another question from the Toronto media. He just wanted his session to end.
Before the series started, Paul, if someone were to tell you that you'd be going into Game 5 and Austin Matthews wouldn't have a goal, what would you say?
What's the series at? Jonah Gadjevich scored that goal. We didn't take it from him and give him to Barkov. Nobody cares.
Paul,
did you feel that pause? Did you? Because I felt it. The little pause was, it's time. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
He is sick of the media. It's like, I have talked too much between these two games. This is his third press conference. He's like, Jesus, can we just get going with the game already? Sick of you people.
Excuse me, Paul. What do you think about your team's dirty and ours is not? Punting.
Bunch of rat McAfee's up there, dude. Tell you one thing though. You're gonna send that fan base to squeaky cheek place. Because here's the thing: the Panthers lose tonight. If the Panthers lose, I don't think they're gonna lose. But if they lose tonight, still confident coming back to our barn to even this puppy up. If the Panthers go up 3-2 tonight, that Maple Leafs team, as tortured as that fan base has been.
What the hell is
Oh, you want to know what this is my impression of the entire province of Ontario if the Panthers go up 3-2 tonight.
I think that's squeaky cheeks.
That's squeaky cheeks, dude.
That's the sound they make.
That is going to be squeaky cheeks.
Wait a minute.
Dude,
wait.
That's what I thought.
Why? Can I just ask a question? Why does the world that you live in
it's so
is
animated.
on like a parallel world that I live in? Because some of the things that are in your world don't coincide or live in my world. Because anybody ever heard squeaky cheeks make a noise?
Perhaps you missed it. Again, if the Panthers go up 3-2 tonight, here's my sound of all of Toronto.
It's just
they gotta go.
It's like, is that the noise
when
you
you
make
know
right
you're in
before?
trouble.
Is that the noise they make right before the colonoscopy? Like, what are you like? What are you doing?
That's Toronto tonight, dude.
And the thing is, so what is? Hey, question. What is the text message gonna look like? Because we can't send that text, right?
How do we spell that?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wait a second. Hey, that could be your next animal noises. What is this? Toronto fans.
I think Dave Soft possibly has an idea of how to spell it.
No, that's too much.
Sexy Sauce says, please don't ever make that noise again.
Right.
You would agree, though. Toronto's going to be, I mean, they're going to be all over themselves. If
That's
this
the
happens.
rat running out of Tobin's grill. No, it didn't run out. It was already done.
It was on fire. But like, do you agree? Like they're going to be nervous because up 2-0, you're now down 3-2 at home
when nobody
going
ever
back to
losing
Florida.
out. See, here's the kicker. Here's the problem. The fact that it's 2-2 is no big deal. Everybody's held serve at home. If you're the first one that breaks serve, then you get to squeaky cheeks.
Exactly, dude. You'll hear it tonight. See, once we get to the Marcos, make sure tomorrow when we get the final call, the Panthers win. Just listen to Doug Plagans and see after while he's calling and the Panthers win, and just see if you can hear.
So okay, hold on. I got a question now. Do they all get the cheeks at the same moment?
Oh, all of them at the same
Or
moment.
do I hear like
I think it's that one because some people process things differently,
Wait,
you know?
Wait, you like an E orchestra?
There's some sopranos, some altos, bass.
That's great.
First thing I want is to be up 1-0. The second thing I want is to be up 2-0. And the third thing I want is payback on Domi. That's what I want. That's what I
You
want.
know, once you get the payback, you're going into the box for like 5 minutes.
Oh, of
right?
course.
So,
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Right.
And
Well-
we figure out who it is tonight. Maybe they, they go out there and figure, I'm telling you, something.
That's good.
Wait. Jukebox, are you familiar with the show?
This is getting weird.
This dude say, fun facts. Squeaky Cheeks is a powder created by firefighters by one to help with chafing. But that would eliminate Squeaky Cheeks.
Squeaky Chafes.
We can't have a show without.
Oh, man. Exciting. So we got Dolphin schedule coming out tonight.
You already have it.
I don't want to look.
Yeah, but the schedule release though, the video. that's what
Yeah,
I'm
we got the
excited for.
video. We got that.
Who's gonna do it? So here,
I should have done.
Tyreek can't be a captain, right?
He cannot be
No.
a captain.
Okay.
No, you mean like, are they going to put a player in the video?
No, I'm just saying, like
think
when he,
Zach Sealer's
when
like
he
they're-
says our leaders,
Yeah.
Tyreek cannot be one of them.
No, he's not going to be in the video. I don't think anybody's going to be in the video. I think it's going to be maybe either
AI?
a Legends or all AI. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like that.
I put Sealer there.
But Sealer's, I feel like Sealer's got like the highest approval rating of anybody right now.
He's a keeper of the way.
Yeah. He's like the Dolphins Mandalorian.
Man, but you can't like market him like that.
What do you mean? He's
What are
very
you talking
marketable.
about? I mean, he's handsome and he's a great player. But if you look around the league, you got Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and you go through like
Because
the
like
greatest
nobody has
players.
who's the most famous defensive lineman right now?
Not Zach Sealer, but I would say probably an end of some sort before I say a D tackle, like an interior lineman.
The most famous one of recent note was Aaron Donald.
Yes, For
Yes.
sure.
Dominican Sue.
Sue before that.
Ndamukong
Yeah.
Suh, John
Zach
Randall.
Warren Sapp.
Zach Sealer could be a star. He could be a
same.
star.
Just not listen to the name
It's
he's
kind of
saying
like
now.
no, but it's kind of like
I think he has the most sacks over the last 2
Hey.
years from a defensive lineman.
hey,
Great player.
it's like asking your polar bear to tell jokes after he opens up the can of Celsius.
Knock knock. Who's there? My fist. Like he's not. He could be a star.
I'm not saying he can't be a star.
Just, Aaron Donald, Warren Sapp, Sue.
He could be that.
Zach Sealer.
Sealer it on up.
Okay, that's not helping this.
It is.
So
It is helping this cause.
You think Zach Sealer's going to be doing the next Flex Seal commercial? Like, how about I just boat?
Well, I feel like that's a regional star. Like if you're doing infomercials, that's a regional star. Like, could you ever see him on a T-Mobile commercial?
No.
Why not?
I'd be like, who the hell is that?
Look at that handsome fella.
I'd be like, that's
The
Zach
guy from
Sealer.
Lucifer does that. He ain't big as him.
Well, I mean, as football player, like I think he could.
You know what? Zach Sealer.
Could he get the good Greek commercial?
Yes.
Well, because Dunks ain't going to be here, according to
That's
this.
true.
If Zach Sealer was on a commercial, like for example, Patrick Mahomes was on a commercial, they're like, "Oh, hey, Patrick," because you know who that is.
Right.
If Zach Sealer's on commercial, they'd be like, "Here's all-pro defensive lineman Zach Sealer."
Right, and they always have to put him in the uniform.
For sure. And they're
Like when Justin Jefferson is with Pizza.
Correct. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but
is he a rapper?
you see how they have to do it, right? They have to put him in like just random high school jersey with his number. They can't even use the team because they ain't paid
Unless
for the
it's an
rights.
official, unless they're the official pizza. Like I think pizza, Pizza can Little Caesars because they're the official pizza. So they can.
I wanted to go into Little Caesars for one thing. I wanted to try that peach Mountain Dew.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah. I don't want the pizza, but I just wanted I saw one when I was driving, and I wanted to just run in and get a peach Mountain Dew.
I think it's Mango Mountain Dew. I don't know.
Mango, peach mango. Peach always goes with mango.
That's good. No, it really did. Like I was watching that the other day.
Yeah, you're like, wow, that seems like it would be.
Never have I wanted a Mountain Dew.
Never.
But I saw this and I was like, oh, looks pretty good.
E. Sim says, "When's the last time the Dolphins made someone a star?" And see, Tyreek was a star when he came here. Tua was a star when he came
They
here.
kind of try to push the Tua.
Tua was a star when he got here already, though. He was already a big deal.
I would say running back. Nobody knew who he was. I mean, they knew he was good, but
Mostert?
No, not Mostert.
No, Achane?
Achane.
Is Achane a star?
Nah.
No,
because even if you see him without the pads, you'd be like, who's this little short?
Yeah, like if you had a Home Depot
that's all running
commercial.
backs.
No.
Most running backs are tiny.
For sure. But Derrick Henry, even
Well,
Ezekiel
yeah.
Elliott, like at a certain
I mean,
point,
okay, so if you have a running back, Home lifting up,
like
Jason
example,
Taylor.
Josh Jacobs, who was talking bad about
Dade
the
Sapp's going,
Dolphins.
yeah. So do you go back all the way to Jason Taylor? National star. I mean, he was on Dancing with the Stars. So the Dolphins, he
Jason
became a
Taylor.
star with the Miami
Jason Taylor.
Dolphins.
That's it, Jason Taylor.
That's the last time?
That's the last.
Yeah, because who else? I
Who's
mean,
got that kind of cachet?
Brandon
correct.
Marshall? But Brandon Marshall became like
Nah, he was a star
he
before
was
he
a star
got
before
here.
he got here.
He was a star before he got here. They brought him in.
True. So you're talking about homegrown.
Homegrown
Yeah.
star.
Oof.
And in
Star.
fact, you could say made a start because of where he was drafted.
Cam
Like
Wake.
nobody knew who he was when he got drafted.
What about Cam Wake? Cam Wake kind of had
Now,
the
Cam
mohawk.
Wake. When was the last time anybody seen Cam Wake?
I
How
saw
can you
him
be
at
a star? Nobody knows where he is.
Probably
He lives
still,
around
yeah.
the corner.
Probably still at a GNC somewhere.
Yeah, just somewhere being
Just
healthy,
making protein shakes.
being a freak of nature somewhere.
We'll take a break. Oh, we won't. We'll take a
We
break
won't.
for the day. That's our show for today, everybody.
Wow.
Oof.
Come on, JFig.
You know, I got
Come
it.
on,
in the middle
JFig.
of the season,
Come on,
but
one.
what I
Give
gave
us
her is
one.
to go on a date. Come on, JFig. Give us a squeaky.
Blasphemous. Damn. Again, and you so eloquently. Ooh.
That's a big word for me, dog.
The old use big words without fully understanding their meaning. Depending on how big the storm is, you're gonna get these periodical feeder bands.
During his press conference, we have not dove into yet.
Words means words.
Midday